the Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
Shalom, everyone. Shalom. One moment. Gonna play a quick song for you guys really quick. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clearly first, really quick. Let me know, can you hear me loud and clearly? Just say "con" if you can. And while you're doing that, let me see if I can pull up this song really quick.
Turn out to the ongoing chaos in Hong Kong, where we have
after the earth shook.
It's being called a catastrophe of major proportions.
An extraterrestrial invasion.
What's that smell?
No lights. Who's there?
What's going on inside my house? Fire! What's all this?
It's cold in here. So cold in here. Come here, hey. Come here. What's that?
Police! What? My brother was talking about
The Most High God of Israel will send a judge. He's sitting soon. He's coming soon. Are you ready?
He told me martial law was coming.
Who's at my door?
Elder Rawchaa. They was teaching me. But I ain't
What are you doing? Let go of me.
Get the girl.
Hold
Listen, Lieutenant, sir, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up to murder my own people. You do your job, soldier. They're innocent.
Told me.
Somebody help me. Help me, please.
I should have listened. I
should have listened. I should have changed my life.
I should.
The sky's no longer blue. Send your angels to pull us through. See what your world's come to, and it's plaguing us all since the fall. Lord, I know we must be strong through it all, and I know we must endure, 'cause we served too long, but now it's over. storm took everything. No waking from this dream. We must withstand the rain. The rain. Lord, we are your chosen. We must go through it all. And I know we must believe that you can bring us through. I can cross over. A strong wind is blowing. There's trouble in the storm. Nowhere to run, no silence. There's no calm. So tell me, where will you? I see people, they're running. The hill is coming strong. So tell me, who will stand after the fire's gone? See, there's no need to run. There's no shelter can save us from the rain that we all knew would come. Yeah, the sky is dark. There's no more day. I knew this time would come my way, and just like no one's day, the storm has come. It took them away. The storm is come. Ooh, it's finally Judgment Day. Ooh. So tell me, where will you? I see people, they're running. The hell is coming strong. So tell me, who will stand after the fire's gone? He's in the storm. Who will stand after the fires gone?
Shalom. Shalom, my people. Shalom, my people. How you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? Hopefully everyone's doing all right. Yeah, hopefully everyone's doing all right. Good to be back. All praises to the Most High. One more time, everyone say Khan if you can hear me clearly. Everyone say Khan if you can hear me clearly. You Khan? Everyone said great. I just wanted to double check. Just wanted to double check to make sure we are good before we come into this. I'm sorry, I had to drink me some pre-workout today. Some of my good old KIIYsupplements.com pre-workout. Greatness for greatness. And I'm actually drinking in there BCAA creatine and pre-workout because I had a long day today. You know, I wake up before the sun comes up and get to it. So, and It's been a great time, great days, and you know, I've been playing chess with the devil himself, as you all are. Some of you may know it, and some of you may not. And I'm saying it because it seems as if, you know, when you are actually doing right, when you're doing right, that the devil's always trying to find the next move. And I'm gonna give you a brief story, right? I'm gonna give you a brief story. So I told you guys before, I actually showed you guys that when we were trying to accomplish something on our land, where and I like to relate it to the story of Abraham, Isaac, when he was going to sacrifice Isaac in the book of Jasher, that story, right? And I showed you guys how I actually literally start hailing, not raining, hailing out of the sky when it said no rain in the radar. And only those who have been in this walk long enough have seen certain things. You understand? And you want to make sure that, like the scripture says, that when you suffer, you're not suffering because you're doing something wrong or sinning, but you can give glory to the Most High when you suffer, when you're doing right. So I try to make sure that I get better every day, self-examining every day, even as your elder. And the devil is angry. He's angry at some of you out there who have a purpose. He knows your future. He knows your last end and what you're going to become and the things that you're going to do up unto the coming of Christ and beyond. So his job is to alert his forces, demonic forces, to make them search out and go down and hunt and get in front of your every move like it is a chess move or a chess game. So I told you guys, I showed you the video of the hail coming down. You understand, when I rented this machine to try to make my land not flood, because it seems like this man-made weather just kept coming, raining. And I know Texas weather. The weather in California right now is not normal. Now, we know they're talking about climate change and all these things allegedly, but let me tell you, all I'm saying is I know. And so I was working on my road, and I wanted to show some of these things today, but I'll be trying to show them pretty soon, because I have a few things coming that's good. Some exciting things, like I keep saying. And you know, when I say it, I keep my word, right? I'm working on it and I can't rush it. It's just coming soon. But I was working on my road. We need a road. So, you know, when we're leaving our land, we're not stuck having to walk here and there. This is a process when you get land. And like I told you guys, I'm going to try to make sure that I do a class on how to buy land, what to do, just examples. And I in that lesson that I taught in our Houston class, it wasn't a lesson. It was like a little seminar, and I got information from other people who had land, not just myself. I'm not the only expert of someone who has experience. And I collectively took that, put it together to help people. And as time comes by, you learn more and more, going down to the county to understand the rules and the guidelines and the severities that you must follow when it comes to taxes, how you can structure your land, listen, all of it. So to become Israel, a lot of us think you just get on land, put a house, and that's it. No, you have to understand business. You have to understand business. You understand? This is just how it goes. You have to be business minded. You have to understand investments, financial literacy. I mean, you need to be educated on these things, and a lot of these things I am new to. And guess what? But I always seek and research and learn and ask questions to those who are better than me in these areas. So I'm going to do this stuff. So when I tell you this is not negative. These are things that one must do, whether he's hiring someone, whether he's doing the work himself, he or she. And it's almost a joke for a woman to try to get a plot of land alone. If she owns it, cool. But if she doesn't have the finances to hire people and she's single to do all the work, let me tell you what you will see, how much you need that Israelite man or a Gentile man if you're a Gentile. You know what I'm talking about. So, and then when you're a saint, boy, the devil is mad at anything you try to accomplish. He sees where we've came, starting with nothing, and the Most High allowing it to turn into something. You see? So, yeah, sometime it would just rain. Like the regular rain wouldn't be bad. The normal rain that God allows. But when it's just raining and raining, it's like, okay, it's been raining 2 weeks. Is it going to be like the times of Noah? What's going on? We know the Most High promised it wasn't going to rain again. And everyone's looking around, even the people, the locals are like, hold up, this is not normal. It doesn't do this. You can't drive on to your property where you would like to comfortable. You understand, on and off. You have to walk around rain boots. These are the challenges that some may not want to face. Wild animals like hogs. One brother showed me, he's just got some land. Praise the Most High. I actually got to get that brother. I'm not gonna give him a shout. I don't want to put his business out, but praise the Most High. And he was like, "Hey, Elder, what are these footprints?" I said, "Brother, they look like a coyote, a hog, or something native. Not no. Some things where Israelites just be making up stories. Man, that might be a demon, or a giant, or no." He found out when he looked up that it was actual hog, and it had a hog den and everything. So these are the challenges that come with it. So I'm saying all this to say, guess what? I got piles of dirt to put on my land to make my road, right? And with my tractor, and the tractor end up breaking down. I said, Father, have mercy. You don't want your tractor to break down. You know why? Because now you have to go and spend about $600 to rent another tractor. Whatever size tractor, it's all about the same price if they have to deliver it. Now, it'll cost you half the price if you have your own trailer and truck. Right now, I don't have a truck. I'm planning on getting a truck this year. I had to do all of these other things first. So, and I want to make sure I get the right kind of truck for me and my situation. So if you don't have these things, or anyone that has a truck or a trailer, because first of all, you're going to have to pay them, right? And then they're going to have to go get it for you. You paying somebody. So with all that being said, if you have a tractor, you want your tractor to work. So you don't have to spend all of this extra money is what I'm saying, guys. You got to fill it back up with gas. If it gets dirty, you got to wash the tractor off and send it back in time, and hopefully you didn't overuse it above 10 hours. Let me tell you guys, this is not for everybody. This is not for everybody. You have to be a fighter. I was born a fighter. All the Most High had to do was give me life. I will never disrespect my father, even if he was a bad man, but he's not. He's actually a great man. And I said, Daddy, all you had to do was give me life. Thank you. That's all I needed. Give me that chance of fresh air, and I'm going to take advantage. I don't live around with excuses and things like that, but to make a long story short, the tractor broke. We replaced the battery. Yeah, you spend a couple $100 on that because batteries are not cheap now. From there, we put the battery in and stopped again. It's like, Lord have mercy. What could it be? We're gonna just keep replacing things, hoping that it's not this or that. Before you know, you done bought a new tractor. So we called the tractor guy. And the tractor guy, the Edomite tractor guy. He's a millionaire, right? So he owns a lot of stuff around here. He charges $100 to deliver your tractor, only maybe less than a mile, a little less than a mile away. What? We at first we were like, man, that's just crazy. We right around the corner. We are right around the corner. But when you are a millionaire, or you have money, I had to say, hold up. I'm thinking again, like when I was young, like having this job where you have to work so hard to make $100 a day, right? I can't have that mindset because that's not me anymore. I have to put myself in this person's position where it's like, you know what? $100 to him may be like $20. So I had to rethink that and say, you know what? Let me try to make sure, as the scripture says, I'm making friends with mammon and not continue to think the same way we all used to think when that was a level some of us may be on now or may have been on. And I said, but you know what? I'm still not, even though I have it, I'm still not going to pay it. I said, how about, because he was busy for me to get the tractor. I said, how about I actually drive the tractor over there to you? I knew it was going to stop. It's cold outside, but I had someone follow me there. And I'm going to show you. I got some footage. The person put some footage of it. But I'm driving this tractor down the street because it's legal, right? And I'm like, I'm not going to pay that $100. I'm driving this tractor down the street, get it there. The next day, charged me about $250 to fix a tractor. I'd rather that than pay $600-700, almost $1,000 when I'm done renting a tractor. I got my little road finished. I'm getting to the story, y'all. I got my little road fixed, right? Road is finished now. For the most part, we got another long part of the road we have to do. And then we get our greenhouse done because a winter storm that the devil has brung has already ruined some of my fruit trees until spring comes. And I know, was it Humble Servants Homestead was showing some things on their YouTube of how the freeze may have messed up some of their plants. Listen, guys, it's plenty of people around here who that this freeze has messed up their garden. And it can get very frustrating. We know that's not the Most High, right? We already know who it is. So I finally get me some strawberries, and I said I got to bring some greenery back to my garden because I know my plants are alive. I know that for sure. I know I saved them from the freeze, but we know that the bush at the top of them is some of the leaves are damaged and maybe some of the branches. You're going to have to prune them anyway, right? Winter sometimes prunes your trees themselves. So I finally got a chance to fix in the side of my greenhouse, me and my daughters. Guess what happened? I want to tell you what happened. Why am I telling you this story? A lot of you vegans out there, you're probably not going to like this. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. A lot of you vegans and vegetarians are not going to like this. The plants are alive. They say that we're killing, things that are actually living like animals, but the plants are alive too. And I'm joking, right? But they are alive, by the way. But I got scratched in the eye. I know you guys see my left eye is a little lower and a little red. I just went in there to move a pot and the stem on the plant scratched me. You know what it would take to scratch a person? Like I would have to open my eye. Like, you know what it would take to scratch inside of there? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like some demonic force just said, you know what? It literally just me moving the pot. Not that you can't get scratched, but I get scratched all the time by these things, but not like that. It's like, so I could not see for a day or two. And I said, man, something so small sometimes tries to stop you from the big mission. And I said this for you guys. How will we try to survive the chaos that goes on in our personal challenges of life and at work, around people in the grocery store, in public, and just life in general of what's going on? We're going to go through a lot of things of why I'm saying that. That's why I played Elder Rawchaa's song today. You understand? After the fire is gone. He that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. You see, the great thing about me is that I just don't get frustrated. I just smile. And when I say I smile, I really smile. After you've been through it so long, after you've been going through this walk for so long, nothing really, it's like Elder Rawchaa, man. He just is so temperate through the whole thing. So temperate. So temperate. He's been doing it way longer than us. And, he used to tell us that, one day, no man's going to be able to teach you, only the Holy Spirit. And this is not talking about some young people who was trying to be some leaders philosophizing somewhere. This is not what he's talking about, actually. We're talking about once you go through the things that Christ went through and that the leaders who taught you went through, you will now understand, and the Holy Spirit will guide you Not that you will be separate from one another. No, that's not what it's talking about. It's just saying you're going to go through certain things that you will finally start to get it. Kind of like when Christ was saying to the disciples, y'all don't get it. Why do I have to keep having to tell you these things? That is what I'm talking about. We don't want some people to take this the wrong way, because we got a lot of brothers trying to bring philosophy and their own theology within the church. And we pray for them that they stop this so they don't get eaten up by these spirits and eventually led away. But that's besides the point. I scratched my eye. It's called a corneal abrasion, what happened to me. And I didn't get nervous. I knew what to do. I said, hey, I'm going to go get me some some coconut oil, put some drops in there, get me some aloe vera, put that thing in there, put it on top of it, put me some honey on top of the eye, got me some MSM drops that I already have, put that in there. Be patient. Didn't know if I was even going to be able to do the show today. I was just going to probably prepare a pre-recorded show of some footage, but I am a warrior. I am playing real life chess, better than the game of chess. Have always been doing it. I am in the fight. He had to take me up out of here to stop the fight. So, and that's how you have to be. So, the tractor got fixed, solved the problem on the road, and then here this comes. Okay, cool. You got me. I'm back in the game. It's a war. I'm ready to go again. You did not stop me. I am here to survive. I am here to stay. And that has to be your mind frame. I don't, focus on any negativity. I don't allow any negativity in my life, from my family, friends, public. Let me tell you, I don't even allow the local church here. You can't even, you have to know that you can't even come in with negativity. It's not allowed at all. It's only growth allowed. Mistakes and growth, that's cool. But no negativity is even allowed. When you get on that phone, that interview you want to visit, understand that you come in here with mess, you're going to have to watch from home. It's just what it is. It's only growth that's allowed. Order, respect, love among the saints, and growth. You see what I'm saying? I just thought I'd put that out there. We, you know what's funny, man? And we're talking before we go into it. We had a brother who, Deacon Mayaka Olive Brung, who's a new brother. And I'm not trying to put you out there, brother, but I had to put this out because this was a great testimony for me. He's a beautiful brother. He really looks like an Ephraimite, the scriptures tell us do not, yes, you could put coconut oil in the eye. Yes, you can. You could actually listen, do your own research with this stuff. So I'm not going to tell you what to do on here. I'm just tell you what I did. Let me not even get into all that. But we turned this into a doctor show. First of all, before we go into the show, everything is going to be for the algorithm. So you can understand Mr. Algorithm or Mrs. Algorithm, Beast, for educational purposes only and fair use. Educational purposes only and fair use. So I'm going to be saying that again on the videos. Anyway, there was a brother, Deacon Mayaka Olive Brung, to me, who joined the church. And if you're out there, brother, shalom. He's a beautiful brother. He joined the church the first week I saw him, and introduced myself to him and greeted him like we all should. And the next week, which was this last Sabbath, Mike brought him to me and said, Elder, this young man, he joined the church, but he found out that he was a Gentile. And I said, well, how would he know that? And I'm thinking the first thought of my mind, because that really doesn't matter to me. I'm like, well, some people can think that this is what they are and all that. We don't really fully know in every situation. But he's like, no, yeah, my mother told me that, for whatever reason, I'm not putting the brother's business out there, but basically this and this and that, your father is basically a Palestinian. And I'm saying, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm like, the Gentiles are going to have their own place, you understand, back into their own countries, according to the way it was supposed to be in the beginning. And they're going to probably be living better than they're living now, even being under us. It's not going to be any evil. It's going to be peace, no war. as long as they abide by our laws, statutes, and commandments and not worship their gods. And so I'm like, brother, we don't even need to have a long conversation about it. I mean, you're fine. I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. I said the most important thing is to understand is this. Many Israelites are going to die, most of them. Most of the Gentiles are going to die. Yeah, most of both. The Most High made a people, but he chose a people to lead these people. It's no different than having children. The older brother or the older sister is over the younger siblings. It's pretty much what's going on here. So it's no thing where a person who's a Gentile has to feel bad because they found out that they were a Gentile. You will be living everlasting life, and you still get to worship Christ and be a part of our kingdom, according to as it is written in the scriptures, bringing gifts, doing whatever you do, but still living in peace with your family, eating from the tree you understand of life. Even regardless if it's the leaves, you eat leaves already. So don't complain that you're going to be eating leaves from that, because we all eat leaves already, or herbs, excuse me. It's, you know what I mean? We drink tea. I'm drinking tea right now. So anyway, I just said, it's not that big of a deal, man. And we welcome you. You are our brother. And I said this to say this. He said, well, some other camps were trying to be down on him and explain to him, these different type of things about him being a Gentile, that's going to happen to him. No, this brother's following Christ. And I want to put that out there for you brothers out there. Hey, that's what you believe. Carry on with it. But according to the scriptures, we're telling you, we're just going to say what Christ said. So when I told her, brother, don't get tossed to and fro, you understand, or that part is going to be your part, your fault, and I'm not going to be able to help you. So you have a home here. Don't feel attacked just because someone else is telling you something that's not in the Bible. You have a home, you understand the doctrine, and you are welcome. So we want to let all Gentiles know that you are welcome to come and serve Christ. Do not listen to things that are contrary to the Bible, regardless if people are calling themselves Israelites or this and that. We accept all nations as Christ said. I just want to put that out there because it was a beautiful story that the brother had. He accepted it, but I had to instill confidence in him as well. Like, if I was a Gentile, I'm like, hey, as long as I'm getting everlasting life and following Christ and the person who made me, I don't care about anything else. That's just it. Just want to live forever in peace. Right? So I just thought I'd put that out there before we go into this. We're talking about today surviving the chaos and everything that's going on. So we're going to be going through a few scriptures. Not too many scriptures tonight, but a few videos showing you the chaos that's going on. Some of the chaos that I'm telling you about right now. Weather warfare, right? Weather manipulation. Let's say that. Should I say that? Yeah. So, weather manipulation, modification. We're going to go into a few things that the prophet Baruch talked about in 2nd Baruch. I know we go into that a lot, but it has to be, brought out when we're bringing out these subjects because it's so powerful, and talking about the times that we live in. I mean, they're coming out with TV shows. You got to check that TV show out. Deacon Malak said that it's called The Last of Us. Ooh, man, he explained to me how they rolled that thing out. The Last of Us. Go and check that out. The Last of Us. They're dropping some things in there about people who took a few things here. And that little thing that's inside of them, the Hydra, Vulgaris, all that. Let me tell you, they dropping that thing in there. So I'm just going to say that. I haven't watched it myself. He just told me that there's some stuff in there. So and when I seen the preview, I said, man, this thing might be good, this series. So I have to check that out. Okay. Anyway, shalom to everybody. I'm going to show a few things here first before I start. We have, I have to support my brother. Make sure you guys check out Elder Rawchaa show on Wednesday night. Make sure you check out Elder Rawchaa on Friday night and Brother G.O.C.'s show. I think he does his on Thursdays. The Patreon on Friday. If you want to sign up for Patreon, you can go to A Gathering 144 and actually click in the box below, and you're going to see the Patreon link. You understand? Make sure you guys check out the Hebrew and Bible Academy, is why I always play it for a reminder for you guys. All right. So one moment here. So we have here. One moment. We have my brother. We have my brother with Lion Born Fashion. I'm trying to widen it up. One moment. We have my brother with Lion Born Fashion. And I'm promoting this because I support this. And it, listen. Elder, I got some nice stuff there. You got the chains now. He's showing some shoes that's coming soon. Right? So get your shirts, get your hat, and soon get your shoes at lionborntees.com. All right? lionborntees.com. Okay? I also want to thank Mr. Richard Evans for actually the beautiful chocolate he has. I mean, guys, I got this chocolate and I said, man, once again, it did not fail me. ConciergeChocolate.com. I got my favorite, which was Costa Rica. I ended up getting Costa Rica twice. And I got this beautiful almond and sea salt. I mean, he has other flavors, but this chocolate is amazing. This chocolate is amazing. I'll tell you. So I know you probably like, Elder's crazy eating on here. But it is amazing. Chocolate helps your mood. So anyway, man, we're going to go ahead and get started. Shalom to Brother Rawchaa, Elder Rawchaa. Shalom to all of my elders in the Gathering of Christ Church, the deacons and the officers, the brethren, the sisters, and the children. So we're going to go ahead and because I really support that brand a lot, and I can't wait to see, like all of us should, with all of the brands out there, Brew Fitness, Brew G Boutique, you got Judah, where all of these things, I mean, people making the cartoons. And by the way, my children are working on a second cartoon already. It takes work. It's not something that's just easy. It's a lot of things that we are working on to build the kingdom, praise the Most High. And we have to adapt and stay in the fight to, for the things that's going on right now. So when I show you some of these things, you're going to see why. But let me see here. Give me one moment. I'm trying to make sure that this is pulled up the way that I like it first. Yeah, surviving the chaos. Close some of these tabs. So I want to go into Matthew 24 first. I first want to go into Matthew 24. Okay. Matthew 24:1, talking about surviving the chaos. And the reason being because the disciples asked Christ about the end and about the things that are going to be going on. And it's just getting so weird. I mean, things are hitting us from so many. I mean, when I'm talking to people, it's not that people's lives are going bad. It's just like they can tell a shift, an attack of things. Even though they're doing right, they just like, hold up, man. Like, this just seems a little odd here. And we have to pray for one another. Fast, pray, keep the Sabbath, keep the holy days, stay nice and kind. Just stay in the battle, stay doing positive things to make it through. Because Christ said, he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. Okay? They're talking about the debt ceiling again in America. Oh, is Biden going to step down and all of these things? Or are we going to just borrow more money and erase the line? This, what do they do every year? Borrow more money, make us go into more debt. I mean, someone told me in Egypt right now, the currency I mean, I can look it up myself. Let me see here. I can look it up myself to show you what's really going on in the world. Let me look this up really quick. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up the Egyptian pound. The Egyptian pound. And I'm going to show you myself. Right? The Egyptian pound right now to $1 is $29.53. If you think that's good, you don't know what's happening here. You see, back when I was living in Africa, to my understanding that 5 American dollars equal 20 Egyptian pounds. Okay, so Egypt borrows, in the time, I think they were borrowing like $2 million a year because it stretches over there. But boy, they told me over there right now, olive oil is almost 50 pounds, almost $10. It is expensive. Listen, what's going on right now is they're not letting us really know what's going on. I heard through the grapevine also why the eggs were so expensive right now. They have some allegedly bird flu going on or something like that, right? So I hadn't seen it myself. I hadn't looked it up. So I'm gonna look that up. You guys look it up if you want to send it, send it or whatever. But it's a lot of things going on overseas that they're not telling the people, as usual, because when we were living over there, was news going on that they wouldn't show us here. So it's just a lot going on. California right now is just the weather there. They're having storms. California just slowly breaking off. And this is not something I'm making up. This is what's happening, right? The food prices up. You understand that place? I mean, it's just not looking good for that place. I'm gonna be honest with you. So, anyway, we're gonna go into Matthew 24, man, because it's just getting crazy right now. We got to make sure that I just came from the store the other day, getting more flour, getting more rice. It's like, guys, prepare while you can. Prepare while you can. Don't move in doom and gloom, but just prepare. Understand how much you and your family eat and prepare. You want to survive the chaos. Exactly. Eggs are like $5, $7, $9. What's wrong with having chickens? Right? So some of my chickens right now are not laying at the time because they are in a volatile environment. When you get new chickens and you kind of bring the flock together like that, I mean, it takes time for them to start laying again. So in spring, my chickens should be laying because I got some new young hens. And they also should now be breeding to produce more chickens. So these are just things that we can do, getting sheep and things like that. And I've seen some beautiful sheep. I mean, when we were in Egypt, those sheep, they had the little fat tail in between. And I'm like, black people, we like, what is that thing in between? That's the tail. It just was so fat and ugly. We was like, did they breed these sheep wrong? Because I've seen beautiful sheep. And I said, look at these beautiful sheep. They only keep these sheep in like London and England and stuff. I need to get me some of them sheep right there. I forget the name of them, but let me see if I got a picture of these sheep. These sheep right here, guys, were beautiful. I'm like, I don't need the little fat tail sheep. I'm Jacob. I got to have a fly sheep. The sheep for me has to be fly. Even if I got to pay somebody to deliver that thing, I can't have that little tail moving. It's like, what's that? We don't do that around here. So check this sheep out. It's called a Corriedale and Romney sheep. So I'm going to be on a hunt for these beautiful sheep right there. Look at that. Beautiful sheep. I was like, I know these Arabs and these Ishmaelites and these Egyptians, they claim to be shepherds, but back in the days, let's not forget, they thought that being a shepherd was weak or beneath them, peasantry. So now when we were there, they had all of these sheep, but when they finally do get the sheep, how did they get the sheep with the fat tail? I'm like, who was breeding that? That don't go together. You need to go back into the Bible and watch Jacob, how he was breeding them things. Beautiful like the ones I just showed you. So we don't need the sheep that be walking like this. Nah, that's not the ones we're talking about. We have to have the fly sheep. So with no blemishes. So anyway, I'm gonna be looking for some sheep like that. These are things that can help you to survive the chaos. Since we're on that note, I gotta throw a little humor in there from time to time. Let's go into this Matthew 24, man. But I'm just telling y'all, I cannot see any of you guys with that type of sheep on your land just moving weird. I'm like, I know that's not the black people sheep. Get that to somebody else. We need the right type of sheep. That looks nice and fluffy and cute. And those sheep that I looked up, it's like, why Esau trying to hold the good stuff to themselves far away where you can't get it? Some of my UK brothers out there, do y'all have any sheep that y'all can send a brother? Because it's bad out here with the sheep tails. What's going on? So I'm going to be searching though. Whew. Matthew 24:1. And Yeshua went out and departed from the temple. And his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yeshua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Very similar now to what's going on in these empires of Babylon. Okay? These places are going to be thrown down as well, eventually. And as he sat up upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when these things shall be, and what shall be the signs of your coming, and the end of the world. And Yeshua answered and said unto him, Take heed that no man deceive you. Not the news, not false pastors, not any Egyptologists, not any 5%ers, not any rappers, not any celebrities, not any, ball players. Take heed that no man deceives you. Not any doctors trying to tell you to put certain things in your body that maybe you should not. Take heed that no man deceives you. Not with these things that they're putting on the news. I can't read the shalom right now because I'm trying to read here. And shalom to you too, though. Shalom. If you have any questions, I really would like you to press the like button and save the questions for later. That way I can keep my focus, if you don't mind. Please. If you honor your elders. If not, just do what you're going to do. We know everybody don't honor them, but only the ones who honor them, yeah, they the ones who going to get it. Those who have an ear, please let them hear. For many, verse 5, for many shall come in my name saying, I am Christ, or I follow Christ, or I'm a Christian, or we follow the same thing. No, actually we don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I think most of these Gentiles know that they follow the devil. Not all of them, but I think a lot of them do, especially the rich ones. They know they're going back in home at night, praying to that thing with the 6-8 arms. They know it. And then they say, yes, we all believe in the same God. No, we don't. Because if I had to shake a hand to my God, I'm sure I would have to shake one hand. Your God, I got to shake 6 hands, 7 hands, however many arms he got. We do not serve the same God. That's just, and some of you worship the cow or the bull, so we cannot shake the bull's hand because he got a hoof. So our God is not made in the same image. No. So stop lying to me. Let's just be honest. We're just doing business with one another, whatever the case may be, but we do not serve the same God. Period. Okay? Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, because they're going to tell you, oh, Russia's going to war with, Ukraine. Oh, Iran is it, and guess what? They're really behind the whole all of the theatrics. Now, a lot of these things, when they do come, they're real, right? They bring their own narratives and push it as it's real, but and people do get, there is innocent bystanders by default, because sacrifice comes with everything in life. Am I right? But they are behind these things. This is why Christ was telling us about it, because the devil would be behind these things. It's not that God was saying that he was going to be doing these things. He's letting you know, I know this devil's plan. He's going to be doing all of these things. But I am going to save you from all of his tactics. from him trying to bring a so-called new world order. He's thinking he's bringing a new world order, but don't worry about it. They think they're creating order out of chaos, but watch how Christ does it. So let them think that they're getting away. You just have to survive and make it through. Verse 6 again. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. Don't get afraid. Oh my goodness. Oh, they said there's a virus out there. What we gonna do now? You know, we probably should go do this and do that. Some of us have already fell for it. Let us not fall for it again if the Most High has still blessed us to live and make it through it. And some have already went too far that they now cannot turn back, and only prayer will help them. And hopefully they're detoxifying their body of metals and nano things and all that. Hopefully. Because this thing is serious. It's not just us saying something. If you believe in Christ and that he has, after baptism, instilled the Holy Spirit within us, you must follow your shepherds. Because if you don't, and you think that you know the right way, shepherds manage the sheep. Why do we need to manage a sheep that wants to be among the wolves? Go among the wolves. See? Go among the wolves. But he said at the end of it, but the end is not yet. For all these things must come to pass at the end of verse 6, but the end is not yet. So they're bringing it out like a scary movie as if the end is here. No different than a scary movie. Christ went to Hades to get the key, and he gave us all power over these demons. We're not talking about these simpletons out here trying to move objects, talking about we got powers where these guys are moving a cup because the wind is blowing. Okay, you moving a cup, but let me see you move a car. You know what I mean? Like, no. That's not the powers we're worried about. We talking about right now. You see, I'm just keeping it real. That's a joke. The wind blowing to the right, and then the wind blow to the left, and he trying to move his hand. I'm like, nah, bro, get up out of here with that. That's off. We are talking about the power to save lives. Because you're just flipping things that the wind can move. Move a car. You know, if you got powers, get yourself out of poverty. Like, I mean, come on. Are we going to be deceived by anything? I mean, goodness. Lord have mercy. Don't let any man deceive you. Okay? We have the power over all demons. So when they come out with scary movies, they were trying to teach us fear at a young age. And some of us, I know when I was small, well, I got to watch this scary movie to prove that I'm not afraid of it. And then that thing, you know, when it comes to movies, they can make something just pop out on you and you be trying to hold yourself together. You like, oh, Lord. You still end up tripping out. But that's not really fear. That's called the fear of the unknown, because things just happen out of the blue. Everyone has that. But I'm saying that to say they brought out scary movies, all jokes aside, to instill fear in us when we have the power over all of these demons. Don't watch this stuff, because really what's going to happen is that you're going to actually, you know, weaken your faith is what I'm saying. You're going to weaken your faith. You're going to weaken your faith. So we have the power over these demons and these fallen angels. They are afraid of us. Just like a snake, he don't really want to bite you. He's just afraid of you as you respect him. Listen, when you got Christ, you got power over all these demons. Don't forget the story. I mean, the scriptures about when Christ cast the demons, the legion of demons, out of the man. And you understand, they asked, can they go inside of the swine? They were afraid. Not him. So let us remember that part. He gave us that same power. to tread seraphims. In the modern terms, serpents. Okay? The fallen ones and their children. The fallen ones and their children. So we're not going to be deceived by these things. Okay? Let's go. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation. Got Kanye coming out talking about who we are. You have a lot of people, even before Kanye, who did it. It's rising slowly. And this is not the end of it. It's going to continue to rise. Right? It's going to continue to show who we are. And these people will continue to exalt themselves above us, where the Most High eventually has to come and save us with his son. But we have to survive all of this. When we have to be able to see all of these prophecies. Right? All right. Let's, where are we? For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. There's man-made famines going on. There's actual real famines going on because they are starving people out of water. You can barely use your water in certain parts of California. Yeah, this is a fact. Okay? So this stuff is going on, guys. This is another famine that's going on. Genetically modified foods causes a famine because by default, we cannot eat those foods. You're going to have some Israelites who say, well, I guess I'm finna be eating some GMO food then. Listen, we don't put unclean things in our temples. Work hard enough so you can still provide yourself a meal in the times to come, or save the food, or grow your food. There's ways around it. You're going to have to put in work either way. You're either going to have to go work more hours, get a better job that has more pay, put the work in for a garden, or while you have a little extra money that you use to spend on your material things, save your food. You're going to have to do it either way. You will not be able to use an excuse to eat these genetically modified things that these creatures, these new creations of the devil are going to be eaten, to taint their hormones, to turn them into more different than what the Most High already made us. That's why they're making these things. These things are to cause more estrogen higher in men and to throw the hormone balances off of women, to mess with their uteruses and all of these things. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying here. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying here. So don't be saying, well, it ain't that bad. We can't control everything. We can't have everything organic. I didn't say that. Number 4 and number 3 in the market is still conventionally grown. You can eat that, but you just have to take more steps of soaking it in. And I do it even with organic food, soaking it in baking soda, lemon, vinegar. Okay, because they do sprayable pesticides. So I wouldn't just take an orange or something that the apple, they have wax on it. You just start banging that thing out because there's wax on it. You need to take some of the resin and the wax and certain things off of these things. That's all I'm saying. Bioengineering is the new form. That is famine. We understand that it's not going to only be a famine of bread. It's going to be a famine of the word. That's already coming. People are joining this small percentage and trying to make it look bigger of LGB whoever. I'm going to say it like that. Y'all get the point. Yeah, the algorithm is mad, and I'm not going to finish the rest of it. It doesn't even deserve for me to finish the rest of the LGBT whoever. Okay, no disrespect, but I don't remember the rest of the letters. Okay, and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. California gets earthquakes every day for the last almost 14 years I've been into this truth. Small ones slowly breaking it apart. You know why? They carry the wand of Babylon. They are a big home to the fallen angels. Everyone in California, I have family there. They want to party. They want to do these swinging parties. They want to do all of these the Hollywood style things there. Everyone is so relaxed because the waters is there. The weather is so perfect. And then on top of the weather being perfect, because I've been to, you understand, Europe, in certain islands where it does naturally make you feel like that. But then Then you add marijuana to that. Now you don't want to do nothing. So the black men there don't want to do nothing. Y'all from Cali know what I'm talking about. Everybody wants to be a stripper as a man. See, wearing tongue rings and stuff like that. What is going on with our men? This is a chaos that's going on. And then I'm still a man. I'm still a man. Letting harlots and women who need to be at home with their fathers or their husbands do all type of weird things to you in that moment. Chaos. When you're like that, we have no men to fight for us. Men are desperate for $1, so they go put on some leather and dance. What is going on? You see? Babylon, spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt. Most High said we got to get our people up out of Egypt, man. That thing is getting crazy. Right? Listen. This is not our home. Houston is where I'm from. I was born in Louisiana. But I'm not here to claim this or that. This is none of our homes. These places are defiled. Okay? So sometimes we get caught up in the fleshly part. Well, I'm from here. I'm from there. Listen, we are from Israel originally. In the womb. We just were brought here. Okay? But unfortunately, you want to go to Atlanta, the women is looking for husbands. Willing to take a man, even if he's only been with 1 or 2 dudes. Chaos. It's bad, man. It's bad. And see, the people who we used to tell, who we've been they acting like they've been knowing. You haven't been knowing, actually. You just didn't want to listen. You had your little gay friends on the side and all of that. No disrespect. I'm just saying, this is, right? You had those friends. All of a sudden, you see it getting a little bit too, it's like they're bullying. They're forcing their ways in. And now you're like, that ain't right. That's my granddaughter. Or this, that's my niece. You're like, hold up. This is going too far. You see now, don't you? You see now, don't you? You see what we were talking about now. Right? I got people who I know closely saying, hey, I took that thing, but I actually seen, he said, you know what? I'm a little confused about it now. He said, I was just like a patriot. I went to the military and, he said, I thought this was what I was supposed to do. But he said, come to find out, I'm going to have to stop watching the news because I know someone who died from a blood clot. And I'm starting to believe that the people who took the thing is worse off. This is what people are finally starting to say. Listen, guys, it's not going to end well. The chaos is here. That's why we're going to have to go into Baruch. Christ is telling us right now the same thing that Baruch was saying. See? Where are we here? Pestilences. Right? Earthquakes in diverse places. Let's go to the next scripture. Next section. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Because it's going to get that real to where people are actually becoming sorrowful. Like, this is a little too much. We were used to it. What we knew we had when we were in school was like one gay person, one happy person, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what but it became, it was like, hold up now. It's so much to where the poor children in school, is that really school now? Or is it really a place of manipulation and bullying? Huh? You remember we used to go to school and they had the thing called DARE for us to not do drugs? It's almost like that thing is totally opposite now. It's almost like they're up in school playing with the teachers, truth or dare. Truth or dare. Instead of reading time, they got freaking time. It's bad. It's bad. I'm going to show you something today and show you this is not my opinion, guys. These are what people are doing. I'm going to show you. The Most High is not the author of confusion, man. Verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated for all nations for my name's sake. That's why they made that movie Chronicles of Narnia with the lion getting persecuted. That's what Chronicles of Narnia was about. They had half human, they had satyrs, half, the pan, half goat, half man. All of these creatures and these things were coming against the Lion of Judah when you watch Chronicles of Narnia. Aslan, I think in Turkish means lion. So they were coming against him, and it was like witches and warlocks, and he was being walked up to be killed, but he ended up coming back to life just like Christ. They dropped that thing in the Chronicles of Narnia. All of these things are actually coming to be now, guys. See, right now they're showing you the thing where they put on a costume and a dude is turning into, he feels like he wants to be a cat or a rat or whatever the case may be. I'm going to show you something like that. But what's going to eventually happen? These people are going to be taking certain things, and people are going, outside of that, people who want to be this, they can now have surgery, but in a scientific manner to where they can actually turn them to these things that they really want to be. The demons will come into them, and they will really be weird, like watching The Purge. Weird. You thinking you seeing someone regular who you knew. That person said, I want to be a rat. So in their mind, that's what they are. They're gone. Listen, y'all laughing at me. Y'all think a foul spirit. So when a person says, I want to be a rat because he liked Chuck E. Cheese, you think he's saying that because he was obsessed with Chuck E. Cheese. No. A rat is a foul spirit. You shouldn't really want to be an animal anyway, because the Most High created you in the image of man. So the Holy Spirit is going to bring this thing out tonight, if it be the Most High's will, to show you guys that we must survive through this. We must make sure that we are in shape to run, because sometimes you may have to run from some things, that you can climb if you're falling off of something. And when you do things, don't move in doom or gloom or panic. Never do that, because you will hurt yourself. Elder said I gotta stop working out. You ain't worked out in the last 10 years. Your first workout was jump squats. Are you kidding me? And now you didn't pull the Charlie horse or a cramp, or you didn't pull the muscle, and now you can't even work out for another 10 years because you didn't pull that muscle. Don't do that. Everything is about slow transition. Everything is about slow transition. Okay? So, anyway. Where are we at now? I did not know my cat was in here. I'm not going to lie. What are you doing in here? Lord have mercy. Oh, Father have mercy. Listen. We got a cat when we got on the land, because she gets rid of these field mice around here. I said, Lord, don't start purring, because I'm going to have to take a break and get you up out of here. I'm going to tell you right now. Anyway. I know y'all like, man, Elder is too crazy. He is too crazy. What just happened? Wait, what just happened? That thing just came from under the bed. I'm like, Lord, what is going on? Anyway. Verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. This is the scary part. This is the scary part. Because the person who you think is your own brother or sister gets in the fence because you tell them something that may help them, to prolong them, to get them and their family into the kingdom. They will play a game and act as if they're on your side. But really, they are mad for something so simple. And they were supposed to be people of Christ. You see, especially men who's raised by women, a lot of us won't admit that we had some feminine still left in us. Not like to where we like boys. No. But to where a real man who we didn't even, it's like we don't even know what a real man is. A man cannot talk to you without you wanting to cry or fight or do whatever, whatever it takes. Do whatever it may be, excuse me. Listen, we all have to be gentle and respectful. But it's like, man, people are getting offended for the most stupidest small things that do not equate to salvation. You will let your own family put their hands on you, talk about you bad, go through all that, and still they are your family. But let me tell you, the spirit is stronger than blood. And you guys all know what I'm saying. These spirits were together in the beginning. Right? These spirits were together in the beginning. And they will be together for everlasting. Those who choose to do right. Okay? So anyway, verse 10 again. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. This is also talking about people going crazy, robbing and stealing from one another. They did these little tests of Hurricane Katrina. You see, these type of events where the freeze, these little purge events. See? Where they can do tests to see how people are going to react when they have less, when things are closed down, when things are shut down. These are tests for the big run, guys. So let us make sure we have everything so we can stay in our homes and let the Most High, like he did with Christ, put that blood on your door. Those of us who have Christ will be protected with the Holy Spirit. Listen, I cannot send you guys any pictures or things like that or questions right now, because that's going to throw me off of the lesson. I promise you I'm not trying to be rude, but please just follow me so you can understand the lesson. The lesson right now is not about sheep. It's about surviving the chaos. So after the lesson, it would be better if you sent that, or I'm not going to see it at all. I'm just not. I'm not. What's that guy they got, Kali? I don't have all these arms and I don't have eyes all over my head. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. Anyway, verse 11, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So it's going to be too free. It's going to be too free. Too open. Sodom and Gomorrah. But he that shall endure till the end, the same shall be saved. Okay? He that endured till the end, the same shall be saved. Yes, I will show you the sheep. I definitely will show you the sheep. But please keep your attention span here. You got some of your attention span is very short. You've been so used to typing. Come on now. You want to get this wisdom, or you're going to miss something and say, that's because I didn't pay attention to Elder's lesson. I'm just picking on y'all, but this is serious though, okay? Verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all of the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. So this gospel, guys, believe it or not, internet-wise, has went everywhere. We have been many places. Other camps have been many places. The end is already coming. The sons of perdition has already been revealed. Yes, there's a few places we're still going to go and all that, but listen, guys, the end is up. The cat is already out of the bag. Sons of perdition are here, and people know it now. People are just being quiet, waiting to see what's going to happen. Verse 15, when you therefore see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel, the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let him which be in Judea flee into the mountains. So now we're not in Judea. Where are we? Let him be in Judea now translates to, because there's nothing new under the sun. Let those who be Jews living in the poor neighborhoods or whatever neighborhoods they're in flee into different safer areas than the hood that will be actually encamped by the Romans. And there's levels to that if you're following an actual organization who would bring you to safety. But if you're not with an organization, only the Holy Spirit can lead you to where you have to go. Okay? But you don't want to be in a place where all of Judea or Jews or Israelites are, because then they pretty much, the whole thing is set up for us. Ukraine is going to be training out here. What do you think they're training for? What do you think Russia and China has been training out here for years for? For their own people? We are in their way. We have always been in their way. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Right? Because we used to actually have like a little housetop when you look in the ancient Israelites' homes. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, because you have to pay attention to the times. As we get closer to 2030, you don't really, in a time where the mark of the beast and you're having to flee, you don't really want to be trying to have a child in certain times. Now, it's not against the law. He's just telling you it's going to be rough. He's just telling you it's going to be rough. Freezing cold. People died in those freezes that came. In their car with their babies and all that, guys. This is serious. So we've already witnessed some of these things. Some of these tests have already came. It already showed you how real what Christ is saying. We know people here in Texas where it really doesn't snow like that. At least in Houston. Every few years it may do it, but where people have passed away on the news for this type of stuff. So you don't know when this stuff is going to happen. You have to be prepared for you. Listen, I had to prepare all of my plants because you never know what's coming with the war, the spiritual warfare. Okay? Because listen, they understand that you got fruit trees and you got gardens. So they try we're going to take that out. We're going to mess up the equilibrium of the people so they get sick because the season, we're giving them 4 seasons within 4 weeks. Winter, spring, summer, fall, you can get in 4 weeks now. Huh? Instead of you understand each section, how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to get spring and spring, summer and summer, fall and winter in their own time. It's not in 4 weeks. That's what I'm saying. Okay? So we're not going to be on here too long. So woe unto you who give, that are with child in those days. If you're trying to, you have to understand what Solomon said. It's a time for everything. For then shall it be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor shall it ever be. You think that statement is an understatement? You think that statement is just vain? Do you think you understand that it doesn't mean anything when you read it? Read it again. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor shall it ever be. The Most High's word is not going to come back void, is what I'm saying. And except those days should be shortened, there shall be no flesh saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be short. For the people who have ears to hear, the listeners who have been following, who have sacrificed to do what they need to do, the Most High made a promise that he was going to save a remnant out of Israel. So those days will be shortened for those people. Then if any man shall say unto you, well, we're not going to go into that. We're going to go now into 2 Baruch 27. And then we're going to go into these videos. Okay? I'm going to try to go through this really quick. We're not going to be on here too long tonight. I know some of you got to go to work. I came on here a little earlier today. The 12 woes that are to come upon the earth. The Messiah and the temporary Messianic kingdom. We're reading 2 Baruch 27. And he answered and said unto me, into 12 parts is that time divided, and each one of them is reserved for that which is appointed for it. In the first part, there shall be the beginning of commotions. Now, all of these things we have been seeing throughout the years of us being in the truth. We have been seeing these things in different parts, in different times, some of them mixed, okay? Some of them, you'll see some mixed together. Baruch is going to tell you that, right? So I'm not going to go into every little thing that we've seen, but we've seen a lot of these things. The Arab Spring, all of the revolutions that we've seen, the uproars. So in the first part, there should be beginning of commotions. And the second part, there should be the slaying of the great ones. Elder just went into this not too long ago, right? So there's going to be the slaying of many people who have status in the earth, okay? And, you know, outside of that, it's just a lot of death in general. And in the third part, the fall of many by death, right? So just many going to die by death in general, Baruch is saying, outside of the great ones dying. You've seen Prince. You've seen so-called Michael Jackson. A lot of you say, hey, some of these people will be alive. I'm not arguing with any of that. All I'm saying is on the news, they're telling you these people are passed away. So that's what we're going by. Okay? We're going by all of the deaths of the people that we are seeing. They're throwing people into prison, lying on them, lying on Bill Cosby, lying on all of these people. Now they're talking about taking R. Kelly out of jail, out of prison, whatever he's in. And in the verse 5, and in the fourth part, the sending of the sword. Right? So we understand that that's been going on. Violence all over the earth. Right? Order out of chaos all over the earth from the Romans. And in the fifth part, famine and the withholding of rain. Weather modification, guys. Earthquakes in diverse places. Same thing Christ was talking about. And in the sixth part, earthquakes and terrors. Same thing Christ was talking about. Earthquakes in diverse places. The prophets and the teachers were directly on point. Right? Wanting. And in the eighth part, multitude of specters and attacks of the Shadim. So you're seeing many different weird confusions going on. Mental illness in the earth. Different attacks of people taking out their own loved ones. It's like on the news, you sometimes you're like, man, what is really going on here? What is really going on here? That's what we start to question. Life has changed that much to where people are doing these weird things. You try to go help somebody on the highway. My father told me this not too long ago. He like, man, you got to be careful who you help now. He like, I seen somebody go help somebody, and then on the news, the person ended up taking them out. You'll have a woman who's, oh, my tire's flat, you need help. Somebody come help you. Dude come out around the corner or from another car. Boom, you're getting robbed. So now you can't even give charity anymore. It's real out here. You got to watch when your wife go to the store because you got these so-called Ukrainians and these new people coming out, these Afghanis, begging with signs and all that. Really taking reconnaissance on how many times women are going to the store without a man. They are paying attention. And if you don't understand how deep this is, you don't understand anything. I was telling this to the Houston body last time. You don't understand the military. They have contacts where there's a person sitting behind on the computer while that person's looking, acting like they're begging with a child and all that. That contact is taking surveillance. That contact is taking surveillance of your just the same way how the cops can now take your license plate, facial recognition, all that. They can see when a woman's driving in a car with just her children, facial recognition, your social media accounts, your license plate. Pull up your license plate. Now they can pull up your IP address and your physical address. This is what's going on. Period. So if you don't have the Holy Spirit, because none of us can run from that. They have that on all of us. But if you don't have the Holy Spirit covering you, then you're in trouble. If you don't have your man covering you, you're in trouble. All of these sisters in the church waiting to get married because this man got to be this, he got to be that. Let me tell you, you're going to wish you had a man. Women who don't have no father as a covering, an uncle, a big brother, because big brother can't be your covering forever because he got to have his own wife in his covering. You trying to find that actor. It's a lot of women I see out there supposed to be married They trying to get an actor. They trying to get somebody rich. It's like they go to the certain places to hopefully find this rich person. That's not how you find love. And then the brothers is also waiting. You see, you gave up on the sisters. All sisters, just because there's a lot of sisters out there doing that don't mean all the sisters is doing that. Don't forget, the Most High is saving a remnant. So that means that there will always be some good sisters and brothers available. You just are not putting on the right glasses to see them. You are looking with the outward appearance in the flesh. If a woman don't have everything you need right now, what's your job? To mold her and work on her. If you see, hey, she don't got all that back there, put her in that gym, feed her a little food, just no different than a shepherd would feed a lamb. When y'all get them pit bulls and you make them big, you can take her, and I've already seen it done. I know it to be true because all the Gentiles is on social media, on Instagram now. They get more than the black women now. And the reason why I'm saying is because you can put in the work to get that. So stop trying to look for this perfect little situation that doesn't exist, man and woman. You need each other to survive in this times that's coming. See? One man, he's trying to take care of all of these women. Listen, that's hard for a man in captivity, even if he has money. That's rough. We trying to get back to taking care of the one family we got to make sure that that's solid, because it doesn't even exist to have a consistent relationship in our culture. When I'm overseas, everybody's married and happy. And even if they're so-called not happy because they're listening or watching the news of America and the American dream, they're still keeping their marriage together for the greater good of their people. Hey, don't listen to me. Somebody come knocking up on your door. You wish you had a husband. I've seen, because even a man would get afraid when I seen a video where some Mexico rights ran up in somebody's crib, 6, 7 of them. Let me tell you, imagine a sister alone for something like that, boy, and just some children. That's scary. You wish you at least had a man with a shotgun or whatever he needs to have to protect him. Cameras, all that. It's real out here. Y'all better understand that these are not just lessons. These better be lessons that you learn and study. Because you just come into the Sabbath, oh yeah, they said, It's only a few who gonna take it literal. I can tell you that right now. You're still trying to wait for that perfect man. He ain't my type. Okay, keep saying all these little things that women be saying. You're watching too much television. You're watching too much television. I'm telling you right now. Let me tell you, you better get you that black Amistad dude. That dude, hey. He look just like this chocolate. There's nothing wrong with him. All y'all be trying to find, I got to get me one that's a light skin or a dark skin. None of that stuff matters. Find the one with the right spirit of righteousness. Everyone gonna have the perfect everlasting body in the kingdom. You got to get you somebody cute, of course, but I'm just saying, you focusing on the wrong things. We are in a time of war. Christ came here and he was not looking the way he was looking when he first came. When he came back, he was fly. He was almighty Christ. Taller, everything. So it's the same thing for us. Stop trying to find everything perfect now when the perfection was to come in the kingdom if we proved ourselves to get there. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Okay? Let's go back to to 2nd Baruch. We are in verse what? Verse 9 again. And in the 8th part, multitude of specters and attacks of Shittim. Imagine them people who want to be rats and dogs and all that. Not just in the suits, but they're actually carrying the demon that comes with it now. You just happen to walk outside one day, you see somebody like that just walking outside like, man, what's going on here today? I ain't never seen this in my neighborhood. You better get ready. Because they know if I see a rabbit in my yard, it's a wrap. Trying to eat my food. Last night I seen that rabbit in my yard. Let me tell you, I couldn't barely see trying to take that thing out. No, you ain't coming up in here to eat my food. I'm gonna feed you to the buzzards or the chickens. Listen. Anyway. And in the 10th part, rapine and much oppression. And in the 11th part, wickedness and unchastity. These are the things we're talking about right here. A whole freak show. And in the 12th part, confusion from the mingling together of all of those things aforesaid. For these parts of that time are reserved. Listen, I got these people cracking up. They like, this dude is like Elmer Fudd out here right now. Silly wabbit, huh? And in the 12th part of confusion from the mingling together of those aforesaid. For these parts of that time are reserved and shall be mingled one another and minister one to another. So all of these things will collide with one another. They will be cohesive sometimes. Sometimes you will see one event. Sometimes you'll be like, is this not supposed to happen this time? No. Baruch is telling you sometimes they will mingle together to have confusion. And only the people who understand the times will really understand what's going on. See? And in the 12th part, confusion of the mingling together of those things aforesaid. For these parts of that time are reserved and shall be mingled one with another and minister to one another. For some shall leave out some of their own and receive in its stead from others, and some complete their own and that of others, so that those may not understand who are upon the earth in those days, that this is the consummation of times. Make sure you get into the Hebrew Academy to get the deep understanding on these things. Right? The times have been consumed. The time has closed out. Okay? It's the time. It's the end of time. It's judgment for the fallen ones and their children and the sinners. Okay? Nevertheless, whoever understands shall then be wise. Listen to the lessons. Listen to the lessons and the warnings of your shepherds. Sheep need their shepherds. I'm going to say it again. Sheep are special animals. They need their shepherds. Sheep are meant to be shepherded. And we're not condescending when we're saying that. He called us sheep for a reason. You don't get mad at the Most High. Why you call me a sheep, Most High? Your elder is made in the image of the Most High. He put us as shepherds to help, to guide us. We are sheep too under him. He is our shepherd. I'm a sheep and I don't mind. I am his Christ sheep. But he had to put shepherds, other shepherds and servants to help him shepherd other sheep. It's just what it is. And then when the people you minister to, it's we all work together to build this body. Nevertheless, who understands then shall be wise, for the measure and reckoning of that time are 2 parts a week and 7 weeks. And I said, so we're going to leave it there for that. I don't want to go too far into that. Like I said, get into the Hebrew Academy for the rest. All right. And if you guys have the book, you can read it sometimes. I want to go into the last scripture a little later. Romans 1:20 will be later. Let's go into some of these videos really quick. My goodness. First, let me show you something the brother Deacon Mike said in the chat. Good Lord. I said, man, what is going on with our people? Martin Luther King Day. The little day that they did give black people. I'm just saying. We already know what it is in the truth, but for our people in the world, boy. Let me show you the foolishness. The foolishness is our people are doing out there. To make money and to sin and to have no honor for our elders. I'm gonna show you guys. Check this out. Check this out. Let me see if I can. You see that? Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Nightclub. Orlando, Florida. Come and party. MLK Sunday. Do y'all see the foolishness of our people? I remember when I was, I remember, man, when I was out there, when I was young, that people would have this MLK Day. It's like even before the truth, I would never go to that stuff because I knew it was always some shootouts happening or some type of foolishness on a day that a man like that is supposed to be honored. It's like, what is it with our people? I never thought they would take it this far. Check it out. Let me show you guys. What is going on here? What's going on here, guys? What is going on with our people? They put money to... This brother can't even rest in peace. They didn't put the money to his head like a phone. You see? Let me tell you. You got Rosa Parks back there. Lord. Huh? They got our... Yeah. Listen. You got the queens there. It's just... Now, and regardless if people say, hey, this... You understand that these sisters were a part of an agenda, whatever. But I know there's these other narratives out there. But I'm talking about the surface area. Regardless if that was the case or not. No honor for our elders. Man, I mean, like, what is going on, man? You're like, only Satan would do something like that? No, these are our people doing something like that. I'm going to tell you right now. We can't put everything on Satan. Okay? There you go. Here we go. Super Zoe. I don't even know who that character is. Super Zoe. There you go. Ladies free all night. Tally Mansion. Uh-oh. What y'all be saying? Yeah, there you go. Hey girl, you going? You know we getting free tonight. We gonna be popping bottles. On MLK's Day. No honor of how can we get better as a community or how, you know what I mean? How far gone are we? Or can we spend this time to get together with family? I mean, what is... Lord, look. Check it out. What's going on with our brother? You think our brother would have been telling... Man, what is going on? Do you think this is how... Do you think that this is how Martin Luther King, a king, would have wanted to be? It's bad, y'all. It's bad. And let me tell you, it's real bad. I can't even show this one like that because it's just, this one is have a little nudity on there. But it says MLK freedom to twerk. And of course, you know, they got two chicks on there, one with she's showing a little too much cleavage and the one hole in her backside. I said, man, what is going on with our people? I just can't show that. You're right. So it's just bad. It's all bad. Surviving the chaos. BCAAs. Got my creatine in here. And my pre-workout all at the same time. I got to work out after this again. Because I have to do something that keeps me sane. Reading the Bible, praying, fasting, working out, spending time with positive people. It is bad out here. Getting in the garden. You know what I mean? Like, there's no life here for us anymore. I want to show you guys something else of the chaos that's going on. So we going through the chaos now of what's going on. And it's more than this. I couldn't show everything tonight. So this is what someone sent as well. Check it out here. I'm going to put the little curse over that word. Y'all, yeah, they tried to block it out. But yes, I am sleeping with my brother. No, it's not wrong. Sinful or shaming. We are in love. I am incest sexual. Lord have mercy. Some of you probably looking at her eyes and all that. Like, what's going on with this sister? Why she look like that? The seed of the giants is real. Not only that, incest is what these people have been doing for thousands of years. The Romans, the Greeks. And the Most High pretty much allowed them to come out looking like that to show, like he did Cain, a mark upon them when sin occurred. To showing you should not do this in family, or retardation spirit would come upon them. See? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Boy. I'm drink a little water. I'm sorry. I got this to pour in this cup, but it's just getting so crazy that it's just getting so crazy. I said, let me just drink up out of there. Lord. Anyway, that's where we're at with that. Let's go through a few more things. Let's go through a few more things here. You guys, let me tell you. I'm gonna show you the first video. Give me 1 second here. Let me let this dang on cat out. 1 second. I'm back, guys. I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. I didn't want her. Sometimes she want to get up, she go out. I had a feeling I didn't want y'all to be in all day. Got time for all that. Speaking of, it's a good thing that she was featured in this video today. You know why? Because we're getting ready to go into the furries. It went together, didn't it? I tied that thing in. She gave interest to the furries. She had to leave because she like, listen, I can't hear this. She's like, I'm the real cat in the house. These cats, they ain't it. So anyway, all jokes aside, I apologize about that. Make sure she ain't in here next time. Let's go ahead and go to this stuff. Boy, it's getting crazy out here. Which one should I watch first? This one here. 1 minute. Ooh, boy.
These amazing.
Let's let that ad go real quick. Fair use. Educational purposes only. There we go.
Hi, Lisa. Welcome.
Hi. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
I have a speech prepared to read regarding the test to stay program and how unconstitutional it is. But I need to address something else, not just to you as the board.
Fair use, educational purposes only.
But to parents and grandparents and taxpayers in our community. Still wrapping my brain around this a little bit, but yesterday I heard something and I was stunned. And today I am equally stunned and a little bit upset. Well, not a little bit, a lot of bit upset, furious. I would even use that word. But I want to talk about the fact that, and I know this is going on nationwide, so it is not just for this board, but our community needs to understand that the agenda that is being pushed through our schools is just my opinion, but somewhat nefarious when it comes to some of the activities. So let's talk about furries. It was addressed by a child a couple months ago that they are put in an environment where there are kids that identify as a furry, a cat or a dog, whatever. And so yesterday I heard that at least one of our schools in our town has in one of the unisex bathrooms, a litter box for the kids that identify as cats. And
hold up. They're putting litter boxes inside. They're putting litter boxes inside of the bathroom. I mean, guys, hopefully your child does not go to this school, because I don't know where this is. Hopefully your child has not went into the restroom and was like, hey, what's going on here? You need some milk? You need to get pet or something like that? Listen, it's bad. Let's finish it though. It's bad right now.
I am really disturbed by that. And I will do some more investigation on that. I know what's going on nationwide. I know it is. It's part of the agenda that's being pushed. I don't even want to understand it. But I think that people need to be aware of it, because I am really upset as a parent that my child is put in an environment like that. And you know, I'm all for creativity and imagination, but when someone lives in a fantasy world and expects other people to go along with it, I have a problem with that. So
Hold up. Fair use. Educational purposes only. Judas, Elder Dale said, Esau at they finest. Lord have mercy. I tell you what, my Edomite brothers and sisters in the church, y'all are blessed. Y'all are blessed just like we are to come out of our craziness, of our curses. But you guys are blessed to, whichever mothers that you came from outside of, because we know Esau. He was marrying different wives. He married Ishmael. He married the wrong wife of a Canaanite. Whatever one you came from, you are blessed to be here and to find Christ out of this matrix, because it's bad. It's bad. It's so bad to where you guys have to say in the scriptures, our forefathers have taught us lies, many, many lies and weirdness. You are blessed. So let me tell you, listen, y'all need to have a counsel with y'all people. It just ain't right now. It's not right. We gonna go to another video though. It ain't over. Y'all thought this was a game. Listen, you got a lady who said, and when you look it up, it's not coming up yet, but it's she said she was a trans canine. And she was like, yeah, she been with a few dogs already. I said, man, what is going on here? It's a great time to be a parent. Lord. Guys, let me ask you a question. Should these people not go to dog school or cat school if they want to be furries? Why are you bringing, and it's crazy I have to call them some name as if this is Smurfs or something. That name sounds like it should be on a cartoon or Disney Channel, furries. I mean, it just sounds like we are jumping into Chronicles of Narnia Porter or something. What's going on here? Alice in Wonderland. What? A grown man should not even be saying furries. That don't even go together. I mean, I'm not sitting with the homies, man. You furries, like what? It's confusion. It's confusion, man. They need to go. We as a people, we need to start putting it out there. Dog school or cat school for furries, and see if they want to come back to school as a regular human then. Because I mean, the horse lady. Yeah, I know y'all seen the horse lady, right? We're gonna have to show her. We have to show her. Hold up. Give me one moment. We have to. It's no way. At least I have respect for the horse lady. I'm not gonna lie. 1 second. I have respect for the horse lady because at least she's doing what it takes to be. Lord, I ain't know they had all this now. Yeah, it's bad. Lord, what's going on? I'm looking up stuff and I'm seeing new stuff. Good Father. At least the horse lady is running and jumping. these people want to be furries when they want to be, but then they want to go and be humans when they want to be. You can't do that. There's no lukewarmness. Pick one or the other. Do you want to go to dog or cat school or be a human and be in school with the rest of the people? That's what we need to tell these people. So check it out, though. Hold up.
This is a horse.
Well,
There's.
Hold up. Hold up. I told y'all we bringing it out tonight. It's surviving the chaos. You meet this lady in the store and you saying hi and all that. You have no clue. You go home and that if she invites you for lunch, that she's going to get down on all fours and invite you to the hay. Hey, come over here to the hay. You know, we were getting ready to, it's hay on your plate. Not even on the plate. It's like you eating grass and hay. It's getting bad out here. As soon as they come with the technology showing these people they can literally transform people like they doing male and female to animals, though, it's going to be bad. We see why the Most High gave us the laws, no bestiality now. It wasn't just because of this. It was deeper levels to it. These people actually want to be different creations than what the Most High made. Check it out.
Strong, agile, and benevolent animals. Some of us even want to be a horse. This woman, who is either Norwegian and German, according to reports, proved that to be true. In a video that went viral all over the world,
educational purposes only,
the woman can be seen prancing around in a farm-like area on all fours just like a horse. What makes it interesting is how perfectly her movements are to the natural movements of a horse. In the video, she chases a dog around and
whoa, what's going on here?
Is able to keep up with it, while running elegantly like a horse. She then shows off her horse skills by leaping effortless over a large picnic bench table.
Yo, did you see that? Check that out. Sis is, I can't call her sis. Miss Horse, she gonna have all the horses in the neighborhood like, hold up, wait a minute. You see her clear that table? Listen, no different than they put, let me tell you, no different than they put these trans women in WNBA and racing. I believe that this woman and other women practicing like this will be in the next horse races, and the world will get so weird. You used to go to horse races and bet. If she keeps practicing, you might be able to bet on her. You might be able to bet on her. I don't know, y'all let me know. Cause you see her clear that table. I'm like, man.
Now I've seen some really weird videos go viral, and this is definitely one of them. At the same time, I've seen some really cool viral videos, and this is definitely.
Lord, man, boy, it's.
This is
crazy.
A horse.
One second. It's bad out here. Let me tell you, we ain't gonna go into all of these here, but let me tell you how bad. Check it out. Look at what's going on here. You got a lady like a dog carrying a bone in her mouth. It's bad. It's bad. Woo. Let's go to our next situation here. Lord have mercy.
My friend used to pay $160.
Hold up. We don't need that. We'll take that off. 1 second, y'all. Let me get that ad out the way. What's going on here? Anyway, here we go. Let me turn the volume up, and we're gonna go ahead and watch this thing.
Ronnie, Thurrett. Sorry.
Fair use educational purposes only.
Ronnie, how you guys doing? Hello, council. My name is Ronnie the Rat. I'm a trans species elementary school teacher here in Allen ISD, and I just want to try to bring more awareness.
Whoa. Hold up. Did this brother, he ain't a brother no more, he's a rat now. Excuse me, Ratatouille. Did this rat creature just say that he's a teacher? Guys, there are sending people in your schools where your children are. Think about the husband saying, hey, I may have to work a few extra hours or take a high-paying job or get my children homeschool or something, or find a different school where they're not doing this stuff at yet. Man, it's bad out here, guys. This is a teacher. I can tell you right now, 9 times out of 10, that this guy is a part of some type of group or a cult group. Straight up. I can tell you right now that this is staged. And because no one's going to these city council meetings, these people are going there. They're going there like, hey, they're pushing for this stuff. Knowing no parents are going to come off of work to come to a city council meeting. So guys, this is what's going to happen anyway. Antoine Dotson told you a long time ago, hide your kids, hide your wife. And he wasn't lying. How did he know? How did he know? Here we go.
For furries like myself, now I have the most students in my class that have actually transitioned from a human being to a cat. Now I know I'm a rat, but that's more because I'm a Chuck E. Cheese, freak. I love Chuck E. Cheese.
Man, this is bad. They're actually taking this serious. He's literally up there serious. Like as if this is actually something to talk about. Dude, you need to grow up. You've been watching too much Alice in Wonderland. You've been watching too many cartoons. That's why I'm telling you, be careful of your children watching too many cartoons. So a lot of times you need to tell that boy, get up in that garden and work. You got a false sense of reality. There's actual shows and movies about this stuff. There was a little series that a little kid was like a half, what was he? He was a half something. And we started watching it. We didn't know what it was at first. And I said, no, y'all can't watch this anymore. This is trying to transition us to accept this lifestyle. Turn that garbage off. Fair use.
I've spent a lot of time there, but that's why I like rats. But this is the problem, is we have a lot of trans inclusivity in other cities like Frisco. They're doing pride parades at a lot of churches. We're not doing any pride parades at churches here in Allen. And that's what we need. We need more kids on gender reassignment surgery or gender reassignment hormones. And the best way, I think, for me, that it's gotten the message out to the other students is doing it myself, leading by example. And that's what I'm trying to do here as a trans species, as Ronnie the Rat, is like, listen, there's a social stigma. Me trying to date other furries like this in Allen, there's not a community. There's not a bar that accepts me, Chris. I can't just go to the bar like this. I get made fun of. And that's the same thing that's happened to my 9-year-old.
Here it is. Some of our people wake up in the truth and say, hey, there's not a body in my city. There's not a body in my state. Could you guys, send a leader out to do a body? These people are talking about there's no freaks around for me to send. There's no one's children around for me to molest. This is what's going on. They going to the judges, simple as the day is old, to actually ask, to bring all the freaks together. Yeah, he need his tail whipped. We gonna cut his rat tail off. Allegedly, now, we just joking about that, but because you got to be careful what you say about these people. Good Lord of mine.
My 10-year-olds, if they feel more comfortable being a cat, I don't mind putting a litter box in the classroom that lets them defecate in there. That's what I think is important. And should I tell the parents? No, we shouldn't tell the parents. These kids can make decisions at 10 years old. Like, their parents shouldn't be involved. That's what makes me so mad, is I get all these parents that are mad at me because I oftentimes buy these costumes for these kids, and the kids go home in the costume.
These people will imprison you for almost what I just said. You like, did you really put this dude in prison because he, you know what I mean? We can't even say what, because he didn't put the hands on one of these furries. It's crazy.
And the parents come back and they yell at, scream at me, and they say, we don't want you to sexualize our children. They call me the G word, Groomer, which is basically...
I can tell you right now, you might get in trouble for if your child say, my daddy whipped my teddy bear. He threw my teddy bear, my furry. Before you know it, cops is seriously coming to your crib to arrest you. This is how weird it's getting.
Basically like the N-word, and it's just a terrible description of who I am. I'm trying to help
he said
young
it's just
kids
like
be
the
themselves.
N-word. Are you
If
really
they-
serious
which is
right now?
Basically like the N-word, and it's
let me
just a
bring that
terrible
back.
home in the costume, and the parents come back and they yell at, scream at me, and they say, we don't want you to sexualize our children. They call me the G word, Groomer, which is basically like the N-word, and it's just a terrible description of who I am. I'm trying to help young kids be themselves. If they want to be a cat, if they want to defecate in the litter box, I'm all for that. I'm talking to the principal. I'm trying to get the cafeteria tables on the ground so that the kids are able to eat more ergonomically on fours like an animal. This is what we need to do. We need Allen to be more inclusive. Right now, we're suffering from a lot of bigotry. And so I'm Ronnie the Rapping Rat, so I want to end on a little rap. Yo, my name is Ronnie, I am a rat. If you talk crap, I'll get the gat. Get the booster, test it on 8 mice. I don't really care if you got lots of lice. I'm a pimp on a blimp, teaching my kids their gender. We can cut it off, throw it in a blender. Gender reassignment surgery is the key. It will set you free. Get a mastectomy. I love when you cut it off. Then you can be the boss. I'm a teacher, not a preacher. God is fake. The earth evolved from pond scum. 2 rocks smashed together. That's how we got here. Ronnie the Rat, don't grab the gat. I don't really care if you sit in the front or the back. The indoctrination is super strong. You can come to class in your little thong. I don't care what you say. Gotta vaccinate the straight, gotta vaccinate the gay. And that's what I'm sad. I'm sad that I was not one of the 8 mice that Dr. Anthony Fauci chose to test the booster on. So I have a lot of sorrow. I have a lot of things that I'm upset about. And I just want to bring awareness to Ronnie the Rapping Rat. You guys can do this. We can get more kids to become trans species, and we can get more gender reassignment surgery for 9-year-olds. Thank you. Thank you guys very much. Primetime Stein on Instagram. Thank you guys.
Okay. So the next.
Dude, stop acting, dude. You know you're a part of that. Stop acting. You let that dude sit up there and spew that madness. I'm gonna tell you right now, that kind of pissed me off on another level. I kind of just was boiling inside. I'm not gonna lie to you. It wasn't funny. After a while, the first few things, I'm like, man, this dude is really, really sick, man. And you know, you're the bad person for making sure that you keep your children from around these people. You're the bad person. This dude is talking about, I like when you cut it off. I like when you come to school in a little thong. Like, dude, are you freaking serious right now? I mean, guys, surviving the chaos. Let me tell you. Whoo. Instead of us getting emotional, we better take action in our own lives that the Most High gave us power over. Because these people are going to take power over your children's lives. See? They're going to. It's time to make sacrifices. What they're teaching in school and what they've been teaching was always lies. Excuse me. It has always been lies. You know, it's only so many schools left that you can actually go and get a proper education from to, and even though they're still going to teach some lies, but you can eat the meat and spit out the bones to actually become something to help with this walk. It's getting that bad to where this place is no longer considered a school. You wonder why. The teachers' pay is getting ready to go up like crazy. Because these teachers are going to be getting incentivized to bring forth the satanic agenda. So you probably like, oh, it's a great time to be a teacher. Let me tell you, they're going to be kicking you up out of there. because you're not down with the program eventually. Straight out. You better find you a school that supports Christ, because let me tell you, they are paying teachers very soon. They've already been talking about it. A lot more money that people have been complaining about. Why our teachers don't get paid? They waited till the end to bring this. So all of the Wiccans and the witches and the warlocks and these witch covens can come in, and they're going to be getting paid money to do all sorts and types of evil. Because a lot of us can be like, oh, are they paying the teachers more? You're going to see the surface of the news about it. But you don't know what teachers they're bringing in. You don't know what teachers they're bringing in. And let me tell you, for me personally, before taking a chance to allow something to happen to one of my children or any type of influences, because let's be honest, all of us, our parents told us and taught us a certain way. But when we went to school, there were certain influences. You probably didn't feel like that bad when you left home with a certain type of attire, until you got to school and people were making fun of you because you didn't have on what the world has, that your parents either didn't want you to wear or could not afford to have it right now. And then you got influenced to steal. You got influenced to engage in different activities of sex and all different sorts of things. You were manipulated into your daughters now looking gothic, all type of things. Smoking weed, all of these things that our children get influenced from. And people say, well, your child got to go through something. You can't protect them for everything. You must not have read the story of Isaac's mother. They watched their son. Most High said, I know that I'm going to be able to bring this lineage through Abraham because he's going to take care of his children. We got to get back to, let me tell you, fight for your family, because they're going to be taken by the devil and his minions and his freak parties at so-called school. It's not school anymore, guys. Maybe for some of your schools you go to, maybe it's the little left. But in the next few years, you may want to think about it. Because you know some of your schools is already going through this, and your child is in there. And when it's time to go, and your child tells you they want to stay behind because they want to be a furry, you're gonna remember that you didn't listen. You didn't try to prepare. You were not paying enough attention to your child or conversating. I know people whose children, they go to school and then later they say, listen, I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay at home with my parents anymore, my mom or my dad. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm telling you the truth. Playing along the whole time as if they'll listen to their parents. And then there you go. They want to be some whack rapper. Rap is whack now. It's whack. It's all trash. It's all sin. It's not talking about anything in the community. These young men don't respect no elders. You looking up to these guys like they are the elders, like they are the OGs, like they are the ancient gray heads because they can put a few bars together. They have not been through life to tell a story. Yeah, they have stories to tell. But behind the story should also have the wisdom of how you got out of the situation. Not just like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. This is how I got this is how I got that. You're still doing crime. And if you're not, you're like Future. Future said himself that he is not even, and this for educational purposes, that he doesn't even do drugs. So why are you spitting this stuff to the community then? You're making money off of sin, so you're weak. And you better come back to the Most High. I'm telling you, you're weak. Even if you're watching, that's weak. I'm sorry, it's weak. A man lying, being a hypocrite, stealing from his people. I don't care how good your songs are. Many Israelites have talent, but our talent was supposed to be used for the Most High, not for stupidity and downing our nation. And some of you is just like, I got to get the money. I got to get the money. Well, get your money. But you're going to lose your soul. Get all the money you want, but you sure going to lose your soul too. For filthy lucre's sake. Let me tell you guys, we're coming into a time where you got to know who's around you. You got to know who you can trust. You got to know who labors among you. You got to know if your child is really playing you or not. We used to think all the little girls was innocent. But for some reason, the boys were very influential to still lay them down. Let's be honest with you. You were that little girl who, regardless of what your father told you, you still opened your scissors to this little cute boy. And you probably like, dang, this is the same brother. And it's very few situations that actually are successful like that. Right? Push that like button. And you end up making a mistake. This is the curses. There's no blame on anybody. We were saying we have the choice now and the power to fix our own community. It couldn't be no more obvious than now for a man to take his rightful position and a woman to allow him to take it. To say, hey, I don't want this brother on child support. No, we need our men. We need our men or we will not have our children. Our children will turn so far that we cannot now turn them back. Did you just hear this, dude? This was planned. And the judge is going to sit up there like, well, can't just believe it. You believe it because you would cut off a black man when he goes to court any second. You didn't cut this clown off. This is why the Most High has certain punishments for our people in the past when we became weird and followed the ways of the Gentiles. This is why, although we have Gentiles among us, that we still have to be raw and real and straightforward to let them know. Don't ever bring any of that weirdness around here. I love you, but your God and anything that your God is dealing with will not be, you understand, in this walk. We will not be that way. We will not be in the wilderness where, and it's going to happen, but unfortunately, I'm talking about for those of us who's going to make sure that we take charge to keep the organization and the rules of Christ and the Most High. Where the Gentiles complain first on the outer, you understand, the outskirts of the wilderness. It was the Gentiles who complained first. And then we, once again, go and read it and see what I'm talking about. Go and read when we were in the wilderness. It was the Gentiles who complained first. And then we listened to them, trying to be politically correct. Man, you know what? We don't got no water. It is a little hot out here. Are you simple as a day's old? You about to get the kingdom and you listening to these underlings. And I'm not calling all Gentiles underlings. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the ones who were complaining. So we need you Gentiles who wake up in Christ too to sometimes be checking your own people. Straight up. Okay? Check your own people too. We have to check our own people. You have to check your own people. But it's certain things we would not allow, man. We can't allow for our very existence. Whew, man, that right there, boy, I tell you. 1 second here. Check this out, man. We're almost done here. Boy, I got a headache from watching some of this stuff. I'm not going to even lie. I got a headache from some of this stuff, man.
Your entire staff has been calling me sir.
Okay.
1 second.
Why you want to record me?
Because your
educational purposes only, fair use.
Entire staff has been calling me sir.
Okay. You want to park?
Why don't you tell me what we can do now?
No, because I can do the same thing with you.
Okay, but your entire staff has been calling me sir the entire time.
Okay.
What about me looks like a sir right now?
Look, I'm sorry, and I apologize for what happened. Okay, if they did that, or I'm sorry. What else can I tell you? Ma'am, what else can I tell you?
What?
If you're can we please move to the side?
If I'm a what?
Can you please move to the side?
If I'm a what?
If they call you a sir, I don't know what they did then.
Because they saw the name on my credit card and they were not being nice people.
Well, I mean, that's all your name on the credit card. What do you want? What do you want them to tell you?
But that has nothing to do with it. There could be someone in the back that they don't see that's paying.
Okay, ma'am.
So why would they intentionally do that? Can you tell me what your location has done to be trans competent?
Look, okay, like I tell you, we don't discriminate anybody in here.
Trans competent. They are making up their own rules and laws. Before you know it, someone just says something and they write that thing in the law like that. Check this stuff out, man. Check it out.
Okay, I'm so sorry if you feel discriminated.
No. It's not that I feel, it's that I was discriminated.
Whoa, check it out. This brother has to have his cell phone out because this whatever this thing is, this he, she, whatever he want to be calling himself, I don't know. Algorithm, I don't know what he wants to be called. Okay, sorry. I'm confused. Just like this brother here. He pulled the phone out on this dude. On this gentleman, and the gentleman said, I got to protect myself too. Let me pull my phone out too. It's like you guys, it's like they only want to have the rights for themselves. You guys are the minority here. Right? The rest of the people who are normal are the majority. And if you say you're for so-called minorities, then what happened to you supporting black people when black people are called the N-word, when black people go through racism? You just say, oh, it's over. That's old. Listen, we need that same energy when it comes to this situation. Fair use.
Discriminated against. I would like you to
bring that back.
We don't discriminate anybody in here. Okay, I'm so sorry if you feel discriminated.
No. It's not that I feel, it's that I was discriminated.
Whoa. It's that I was. Like, yo. Does that not sound like a dude that you're not being ladylike? Let me tell you, if you want to be a lady, be ladylike. Yeah, you understand? Ladies are not yelling. You want to be a lady? Hey, we got to teach you how to be a lady. You need to go take some lady classes from women to see if you still want to be a woman. But it seems like you guys are trying to tell women how to be women. You're trying to be more than a woman, and women don't even act like that. Right? They trying to smell better than a woman. They trying to do their nails better than a woman. It's like, man. And that's why dudes out there who try to have over lustful spirits, that a woman is not even enough for them anymore. Because they see these guys right here, these transformers, and then they get attracted to that. That's what lust does. You never can have enough. So the Most High is going to give you over to a reprobate mind. So you guys can have all that. And no disrespect, I pray my brother Young Buck is all right out there. Because let me tell you, they had that video of that brother. He was sitting there having a whole conversation with this thing. The thing is talking like, what? They got a video of this brother. Yes, and we can't put it out there, and this is a few years back, but I used to love listening to Young Buck when I was in the streets. Until I seen that, I said, Lord have mercy, what is going on out here? What is going on out here? He's sitting there talking to the thing, talking about, I'm going to give you $1,000. You understand if you can keep your mouth closed. And the little, whatever it is, it's like, hey, the little whatever it is like, hey, I don't want your money. I'm like, man, what is going on, man? Let's go back to this video.
I would like you to promise me that you will stop treating trans people.
Giving them an ultimatum. Giving them an ultimatum. Here we go.
Discriminated against. I would like you to promise me that you will stop treating trans people this way.
How I'm treating you? I'm treating you bad? And I'm doing it?
Your staff.
Your name on the credit card is a feminine name?
No.
Exactly. They're not discriminating you.
Yes,
no,
they
not.
are. Because someone else could.
Come on, Issachar. Come on, OG. He like, is your name a feminine name on the credit card? They not discriminating you. He's trying to get his little English together, but he straight put it on this transform. Let me tell you, boy.
Be paying.
Educational purposes only.
Whatever it is, and I feel confident of who I am.
I'm not
what
talking about sexuality.
That's what you're just telling me
you
right
don't
now.
even know what we're talking about. So how can you tell me I don't know what I'm talking about? We're talking about gender identity. You're talking about sexuality.
Okay, to me, I'm a male. Okay?
Okay.
So, what are you? So I can call you sir or ma'am. What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
I assume that you're a man. Okay?
Well, hold up. Listen. It's crazy right now. It's crazy. Let me tell you, surviving the chaos. Guys, the Most High said, I am not the author of confusion. What does this, I don't know the word, so I'm going to leave it like this. What does this look like to you? Type it in the chat. No disrespect. I mean, hey, to me, it looked like there's a lot of testosterone going on. And I heard that in the voice. What would you assume that I'm like, whoa, hold up, whoa. I don't know too many ladies who talks like this. What would you know what I mean? Like, yes, yeah. What is going Elder Dale said, listen, it's real out here. It is real out here, guys. Let me show you.
What are you? So I can call you sir or ma'am. What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
I assume that you're a man. Okay? Okay?
He know he want to cry in the car. Just like on Friday, he know he want to cry in the car. He looked at him like, he said, I look like a man. Yes, that's how the Most High made you. What's wrong with that? You think you can put on a wig and you still got a deep voice. Maybe you need to go work a little more to get more estrogen or whatever hormones in you to sound a little different. Because it's disrespectful if he still hears that. If you want to be all woman, go and pay the money to get the rest. And try so you can convince him, because there's some out there. Let's be fair here. There's some out there, some trans, whoever you want to call them, that you can't tell if they're a man or woman. They did it. They accomplished it. So don't try to get sad. You need to go finish it. He's saying, I assume you're a man. You can't get mad.
Passability equals my safety.
Lord.
The more passable I am as a cisgender woman, the less likely I am to experience discrimination. It doesn't matter how I show up. I am a woman.
It's like every single day, you guys, and this is why I complain about all the time. Look, what's his name? What's your name? Alex? Yeah,
Fair
my name's
use.
Alex, and I'm gonna be talking to your manager. This guy called me sir. I get this happens every day. Everywhere I go, I get called sir. I'm so hurt. Why would you call a
educational purposes only?
Big ass Why would you call?
I didn't say
No, stop trying to gaslight trans people and tell us that we're crazy.
Man, Esau.
Wait, what? Did you call me sir again? What was that? You said goodnight, sir? This is transphobic harassment.
Oh
You're a bigot at work. All right, Alex, you know what? I can't wait to just...
One thing I love is the Esau who be real with it. One thing I love is the Esau who be real with it. The Esau in the back of the like, oh my God. He's getting frustrated with this cat. Like, man, it's bad right now.
It's a slur. Do you not understand?
I never said sir.
It's like if you call the person of color the N-word. Don't
Sir.
You did on the way out. I don't care.
Second person who like the rat guy who tried to say it's like you calling somebody the N-word. Don't try to include yourself as a minority with us. You are not with us. We have not solved black and white problems yet. They started to send droves of other nations in here before we solved our problems. We have not got our 40 acres in our mule. Come to find out, I found out why you needed a mule back in the days when I got land. If you got 40 acres, if you put some cows or whatever on there. It's the taxes purposes. That's why. See, they didn't give us any of that. Don't try to include yourself with us.
But I have the right to be pissed about it.
I never said, sir.
You did.
I said I'll lock the door.
You did, you liar. Cis people need to be held accountable for how they treat trans people. And I'm not going to put up with this anymore.
You're crazy, bro.
You're don't call me bro. Stop throwing slurs at me, you piece of
So it's nature for him to say bro because that's what he's looking at. So any little word you say, you can be held accountable for. He said, you're crazy, bro. And it's like, stop. He's focusing on one thing. Stop calling me bro. As if, like, we don't know what to say anymore. It's like we might as well walk around with tape on our mouth. It's like we have to walk around with tape on our mouth. We don't know what to call you. A he, a she, a T, a G, a B, a Q, a pan. We don't know what to call you. What you want to be called? A pan, frying pan? Which one is it? Lord have mercy.
No, you! I ain't your sis, I ain't your bro. You don't even know me. Don't call me sir. This is transphobia. Right here at the top.
Is this not harassment in this facility? In this business? They will point out all of this other stuff and forget. So it's no different than when other people of our people who have possibly committed crimes, and they will say, well, this is my reasoning why. I was poor, I didn't have money. This is why I did this. They like, we don't care about that. You're going to jail. This person here, right? They can go up in there and cause all this ruckus, get away with it because the person said the wrong word or terminology against them.
Yeah, you ever heard blasphemy?
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Uh-oh, look, you got one of these. You got another one from the first one coming with that deep voice. Lord, the attacks of the specters and the shit'em. Look.
Call the police if you'd like me to. You need to settle down.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay? Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was general.
Right beforehand, you said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Mother, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a sir.
I apologize.
Uh-oh, see? There you go. Now he wants to be a sir. Do women say take it outside? Do ladies? I thought you said you want to be a lady. Ladies like, you know what? I'm just going to go call my husband. Or I'm going to call the police. Now you want to take it outside and show him you're a sir. Using this type of language that ladies don't use. You see, you guys are not ladies. You're angry and confused. You're angry and confused. Man, it's real out here. Let me tell you. Real.
Mother.
So they can get away with damaging property. You understand what I'm saying? Highlight this on the news. News. Why is this not news? You guys want to show one thing. They would show where someone calls this person sir and don't show that this person has damaged this person's property. But during a time of trouble, they want to show black people taking things out of the stores. Show these minorities doing the same thing. You want to be included in a minority, you always show the minorities taking and stealing things. Show these minorities doing the same thing. Right? We just seen two so-called minorities have to get kicked out of businesses. And we know it's thousands of them on here.
I need your corporate number because I'm going to call them and talk about how it was misgendered several times in this store.
Okay, listen. He comes back in after damaging property, asking for the corporate number. Surviving the chaos. We ain't done yet. Fair use, educational purposes only. We're almost done.
Ed, question about the gay agenda. You thanked it at the VMAs.
I want to say thank you to the gay agenda. Let's go.
What is it? How do you define the gay agenda?
Oh, the gay agenda. There's been this plan. We usually go to meetings on Wednesday in black cloak.
Okay.
Draw a big star in the circle on the ground. We have these cups of drink it pretty much. And we kind of plan world domination, to make everyone gay and then decrease the world population.
Ed, question about the gay agenda. You thanked it at the VMAs.
I want to say thank you to the gay agenda. Let's go.
What is it? How do you define the gay agenda?
Oh, the gay agenda. There's been this plan. We usually go to meetings on Wednesday in black cloak.
Okay.
Draw a big star in the circle on the ground. We have these cups of drink it pretty much. And we kind of plans
Now, he may be trying to speak sarcastic, but he pretty much lined it all up of what we already know. One more here. I have one more. I tell you, boy. I tell you. It's bad, man. We need to do what we need to do, man. Make sure you hit that like button, man. It's just bad out here. It's bad out here. Last thing here.
When a parent walks up to one of our safe haven baby boxes, like the one here in Gary, Indiana, all they have to do is open the door, place their newborn inside, shut the door, and walk away.
I done seen it all now. I have seen it all.
Look.
So let me get this straight.
Look. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. There's a baby drop box, right? There's a baby drop box. Let me see if I can rewind that, if possible. Let me see if I can rewind that, man. That was bad.
Boxes like the one here in Gary, Indiana. All
Gary,
they have
Indiana.
to do is open the door, place their newborn inside, shut the door, and walk away.
I done seen it all now.
Huh?
I have seen it.
Gary, Indiana. What type of covens they got out there that we don't know about? She did that thing like it was just a little professional commercial. All you got to do, after you done with Papa, clean yourself up. You understand, after a few months, don't worry about it. Just pop that baby up and here we'll take. Look, we got it from here. That's Esau. Esau's so professional. Isn't that so professional? Professional murder. Professional kidnapping. You are sacrificing your child to Moloch instead of sacrificing and fasting or getting you a husband that's going to be able to take care of you as a proper family. It's bad. Let's go to Romans 1:20 to end this out. Ooh, Lord. Y'all bet Gary, Indiana. You better watch out there. I already know out here. The human trafficking is at an all-time high. So you better not be high so you can know what's going on. You better stay focused and circumspect, as the scriptures tell us. Romans 1:20. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen. They're made already evident. They're common sense of how things work. All of the animals in the creation, man and woman, obviously, it's been so many men and women who come together, they have babies. Obviously, that's how creation has always been. That's what the scripture is telling us here. Obviously, we need to have another sheep. We need a lamb, a sheep. They're going to have a baby. We need, you understand, a bull and a cow. They're going to have a calf. A lion and a lioness, they're going to have a... That's what we've always seen. Right? Understood by the things that are made. Even his eternal power and Godhead. The image of the Most High. Male and female created he them, so that they are without excuse to not know what was done, to say, oh, I feel like I was born this and born that. Yeah, because they're putting certain things in the food to make you feel like that. Too much estrogen. hormone imbalance for the sisters. Every time they go to the doctor, they're giving them certain medications for their hormones. When women pump testosterone as well, and they don't even know that. They thought they only pumped estrogen. A lot of women don't know that. That's why we sell something called female enhancement to naturally use the herbs of the earth to balance your hormones out. Thyroids and all that. This is important because when you take some of these things, you're going to be all over the place. Attitude, one day, you're like this the next day. And you wonder why you sounded like a man being aggressive at your husband. Check what's going on with that medication. See? Men get too much estrogen, you'll start to tell because your chest is starting to become loose. It's time for you to hit the push-ups again and go get you a little workout thing at home or hit the gym. Burn the estrogen out. Take you some herbal testosterone. And I'm not telling you buy it from me. You have to buy it from me, but I'm telling you, it's in peanut butter, it's in a lot of different foods. But you need to, even as you get older, men are losing it 10% every year. Facts. Not opinion, that's facts. They're trying to turn us, and they've been trying to turn us into different creation since we got here. It is a war. You may think because you're young and strong, you got enough testosterone. Let me tell you, you don't. You better go get your levels tested. A lot of you is not even getting enough protein. Even some of you vegans, you think just because you just eat some lettuce, you're okay. You better go get you with a mentor who's been doing this over 10 years successfully before you do that. Or you're going to be having to get a blood transfusion. And guess where you're going to have to get it from? The people who got this up in them. You better be careful out there. You're having anemia and all that because you don't know actually how to properly be a vegetarian or a vegan. You just think because you're not eating meat, you're getting nutrition. No, you're not. You need to, you have to know how to do things. A lot of our people are so zealous. That's why the scriptures tell us we suffer for a lack of knowledge. We don't study anything. We just do something because of feeling. And that's cool. That's us. We can get an instrument and do that. But you're not supposed to use that same thing in everything. Some things you have to study, guys, or you're going to suffer. And I'm trying to save lives. You're going to be needing a blood transfusion from somebody who got something of this in them. They already showed a baby who did it died. You keep trying to be overzealous as if you're getting in the kingdom first because you're not eating this, but you're not. You're no better than the person who's eating meat, and the person who's eating meat is no better than you. We're trying to survive. Men need testosterone. That's what makes them strong. That's what stops them from losing hair. Women also need a balance of testosterone and estrogen. Testosterone to stop some of the belly fat after pregnancy and get their hormones back on point. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. Not to be a know-it-all. I'm trying to save lives here. Christ told us to go in there to heal the sick. Right? To wake up the dead, to do all of these things, to rise the valley of the dry bones. You need wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Don't just do things because you're zealous of it. See? We are in their 2023. So walking everywhere with a garment into facilities it's not wisdom to further the work in all situations. When we're among each other, yes, but some situations you got to know how to be like Paul, all things to all people, all men. Using wisdom is important, right? And that some of you hanging among sinners, lying, talking about you doing the work, but you're really sinning with them, and they are, you understand, you're being an underling to these people. So if you're gonna be like Peter, you can't be the underling. See, and a lot of you young men, you really need to be patient. And really get your studies together. Get in that Hebrew and the Bible and Academy so you can be solidified in your studies. A lot of you guys ain't studying enough. You think just because you're making money, well, God's blessing me because I'm making money. Money is not everything. You're going to get the money, but do the work of the Most High. Seek the kingdom and everything else shall be added unto you. Don't turn the truth into the Christian church. Oh, you're going to get blessings if we just follow the laws and come to the Sabbath. You need to sit down and study. and be patient. Stop philosophizing from your feeling. We are in a war. We need you to really understand what you're doing. That's why we have an academy and a school, so you finally can be able to take care of your family, and when you go out into the world, you actually know what you're talking about. I'm telling you facts. I'm not promoting the academy. This is a fact. We finally got to where we can actually bring structure and correction in our community, and then, you know what I mean? We don't want to take advantage of studying, fasting, praying, self-examination. Humility is a big thing that we're missing. So we got to make sure, because if you have humility, patience, faith, you can take the time out to understand what's going on in these lessons. This is serious right now. This is your life depending on it. Your women is looking at you to save them. Judah, where are you? You know, you trying to move cups in the wind and all of that. That's not, no. Go move some weight real quick first. If you can move some weight, the same way you're moving that cup and all this stuff in the wind, I need to see if you can move some without the wind blowing on a not windy day. Can you lift 135 pounds on a bench? Then we can talk. Can you flip a car while the wind is not blowing? Stop getting fooled from this stuff out here. Let no man deceive you. All right, let's go ahead. Romans 1:21. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, wanting to be rats, wanting to be furries. And their foolish heart was darkened, their foolish mind was darkened. Since you want to do all of these stupid things, having these stupid imaginations, like this is Alice in Wonderland somewhere, I'm going to give you over to it. This is what the Most High is saying. Verse 22, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like unto a corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things that we were just going over. Women running around like horses. Men walking around with rat suits. Crawling down, like he just said, four-footed beasts in the bathroom in the elementary schools to eat. And he said defecate and all this. Like, are you kidding me right now? This is what the Most High is talking about. He knew there were going to be levels to where it carried on to this. Right now, we're talking about the weirdos right now. Verse 24, wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts. Not this heart that just pumps blood. We're talking about their minds are filled with sin. To dishonor their own bodies between themselves. He's laying it out right here, guys. You think they want to hear this scripture? Oh, no. It's talking about them. Father, have mercy. Verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie. Who changed the truth of God into a lie. God is not real. We were made from the Big Bang and all this. Yeah. They claiming the Big Bang because all they want to do is get banged up around here. Weird. Disgusting. Verse 25, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause God gave them up to vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the man leaving his natural use of the women. We just read it in verse 20. You can already tell, according to the way God made man, what is to be so. Verse 27 again, and likewise also the men leaving their natural use of women, burned in their lusts one toward another. Men with men working that which is unseemly, which is not how the Most High made man in his image, and receiving in themselves that recompense or that payback of their error which was meet. So everything you get from doing these things, all the demons that are going to be with you, and you want people to feel sorry for you later, you're going to get what it says. And receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat. Any diseases, any sickness that comes from this, any punishments in hell that comes from this, you are going to get it according to Scripture. If you don't repent. If it's not too late for you to repent. Excuse me, good Lord. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind, to those who do things which are not convenient. See, this is what's going on with them. This is their future. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, debate, deceit, malignity, and whispers. Listen, is this not what these trans people sound like when you're listening to them? They want to be right in everything. No, you did do this. You did do that. Like, are you kidding me? You sound like a big child. It's time for us to pay attention and to take action. It's no longer you were just called to be an Israelite. It's real out here. You are the princes of power. You have certain things that's in the power of your hand. And as time goes by, you will get power when Christ comes back. Not to move a plastic cup in the wind, though. You're going to get proper power to rule this world. But you got to show that you can actually rule things that He made the image of man to rule already. Rule your household. Rule your temper, your temperament, your attitude, your work ethic, your power over your children to protect them, your wife. Women, your mouth, your patience with your husband, your following him, your obedience. Man, obedience to Christ and God. Making sure the children are in line. Making sure the diet is on point. Making sure these are the things we have power over right now. So that we can then receive different power if it be the Most High's will. I'm going to leave it there. Learning how to be independent, self-sufficient. Working together as a nation. I hope the Holy Spirit brought out what she was supposed to today for you guys. I'm going to allow you for 5 to 7 minutes so I can answer some questions. I'm a little tired. I'm not going to lie. These things frustrated me a little bit. You know, these people are very disrespectful. You understand? And just selfish, as the scripture says. No, I have to go and work out. I have to get prepared for yeah, I'm always busy. I'm not going to lie. I like being busy, though. I'm not going to even lie to you. Keeping yourself, you know, on point. You got to rest this eye. It's still healing. So I just had to come on tonight, though. I could have rested it tonight, you know, but I had to come on. Please show the sheep again. What is the name of it? Okay. Let me show the sheep. If you find one in your area, they have them in the United States, but sometimes they're far and wide, or sometimes you have to look in your state, and you may have to pay to get them shipped. But I don't want any ugly sheep or uncomely sheep personally. That's just me. I like to get things that I know our people would have. So this is a sheep here. Okay, beautiful sheep called Romney, ROMNEY, and CORRIEDALE. Now, a lot of these sheep, they show that they were in England. It's like they trying to keep all the good stuff to themselves. We need our sheep back, and the Most High promises we're going to get the right sheep and all of this stuff. The Gentiles going to give it all back to us. Don't try to hide our stuff. You're trying to hide it far away. We coming back to get it. And some of it we're going to get now and in the kingdom to come. Good Lord. They're going to teabag what's in there. Anyway, what was I going to say? I seen one of these sheep, a small one. It was like white, and it had like a little black little, it was a baby. Oh, it was so beautiful. Yeah, goats are easy for me to get. That's right across the street. But I want to get certain type of breed. That's just my personal thing, you know. I eat all of them, but I mean, when you're dealing with animals, you still want to make sure you're getting the right kind. Sometimes they make these cows and bulls too big to where I'm learning. One of my officers told me, you get them too big, you got to go out there and pull that thing up out of it. That ain't me. So he said, listen, get you the right size of how the Most High made them to where they can have their babies by themselves. Let's work for you. There you go. So you got to study to show yourself approved. Questions? Fly sheep. There you go. I got to have a fly sheep. You know, we got to have a sheep that's for Jake. No fat tails or the sheep that they got the sheep. They got these weird sheep out there. Let me see if I can find that thing. Y'all see what y'all gonna know. Y'all elders not just saying something just because. Let me show you something. Watch this. These are weird looking sheep. Watch this. These are the sheeps that I don't want. I'm going to show you right now. This so you guys can see what I was talking about. And they walk shaking. I'm like, who would breed? Because, guys, some of these sheep and things and creations of animals, they breed. It's like they breed dogs to make them a certain way. And the reason the Most High said to not do bestiality is because some of these nations would do this. So let me show you what I'm saying. And they say, this is what they say out there, the weirdness. How would they know? I don't know that a sheep is closest to a woman. I'm like, how did they figure that out? But let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you 1 second. 1 second, hold up. You see that? That's the type of sheep I don't want. That don't even look right by the Most High. What's going on? What's going on with that? What's going on with all that? That's a little too much back there. So we ain't dealing like that. You understand? Yeah. So yeah, it's some sheep out there that you probably don't just get an animal just because. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like it's crazy. And they walk like this. They walk like that, guys. I'm not even joking with you guys. Be careful what type of animals you get. They do some weird creations. See that? Yeah, I'm good on that. Y'all, listen. Y'all thought your other was joking. I was not trying to be. I'm serious. I don't like the weird type of thing going on. Yeah, I'm good on that. Give me the regular nice thing. That's why the Most High would say, give me the clean type of sheep. Because you had the Canaanites over there breeding different animals in weird ways to do different things, of different sacrifices and different little other things. Listen, we are good. See? That's too much right there. We good on that. We're good. See? It's not a game. So that like when we were in Egypt, these are the things that we were seeing. It's like, I don't need that. We don't need the little weird looking ones. Okay, we need the fly joints. Okay. So any more questions? I showed y'all the sheep. Oh Lord, good Lord of mine. Y'all got to see this one. I know y'all like, my elder's crazy. Y'all got to see this one. Would you want this one? Look. Would you want that one? So don't think I was just trying to be mean. To me, this is animal cruelty. When you breed these things to be having all that. Imagine cutting that thing off and putting it on the grill. What? Are you kidding me? That ain't nothing but blubber. That is not right. That is not right. See? These people, yeah, that's what y'all want? We ain't dealing with that. So that's the reason I told you guys to get the Romney sheep. And it doesn't have to be Romney, but I'm just saying, as long as it looks something, you understand that's, no. I'm not saying sheep with a fat tail is bad or unlawful. I'm saying for my personal preference, I, would like to, get a proper sheep. Because even in the scriptures, the Most High would say, hey, make sure you give me, see that? Make sure you give me the right thing. We don't need just anything around here. Okay? So I'm done with the sheep thing, but yeah. So look, I know y'all shocked, but I'm gonna listen one more time. I'm gonna show you the right sheep. See, these are beautiful sheep. These are sheep that we would deal with. See, nice sheep. You see, beautiful sheep. Okay, nice, beautiful sheep. Not that other stuff you just seen. So before you just get things and they come in that trailer and you be like, that's not what I paid for. They've been breeding like that. So you guys know, like when people do incest and all that, they come looking a certain way. Well, there's a certain thing where you breed sheep and animals the wrong way. You get weird looking animals. That's all I was saying. Okay. So you get that Corriedale, and you get that Romney sheep, and I'm sure that's the only few I've seen that look like that, but I'm sure there's some more that have some pretty good looks. You can get those. Okay. Have you ever seen the GMO cows? Yes, of course. A lot of cows you got to be careful with, because I seen some recently on Instagram where it showed there was no grass and they had all these cows in this large facility. That's why I personally only get grass-fed beef. And I know in Texas doesn't need cows from anywhere else. They get them from different places, but that's your choice to buy them. But they don't need cows. They can talk about a famine all they want. Texas is going to have cows. Yeah, cows on cows on cows. So, but I see them out here eating grass. But I personally, when I go to the store, I make sure that it's grass-fed. It may be a little bit more expensive, but I am expensive. My body is expensive. My temple is expensive. That doesn't mean I have to eat so much of it. I just need to eat quality things in my body. And the best is what you grow. Your bread, make your own bread. Start to do these things while you have time. So I'm going to go, if we don't have any more questions, because we just had comments, right? And I got to go get my little workout. I'm a little tired. I'm not going to even be able to work out too long. So I love you all. Will you be teaching on how we can obtain land? Yes, I will be doing that in the near future. It's not going to take too long. I will be doing it because I know a lot of people need education on how to do it, because it's a lot of things that goes into it more than just paying some money and getting some land. You need to understand the rule and law and the obligations. You understand, and just going into it with a business mind as an investment, as an asset. Okay? You don't want to make, one thing you don't want to make it look like is Sanford and Son, like a junkyard. It's a lot of people around this neighborhood that be doing that do that, and it looks horrible. I was like, man, yeah. Trailer park trash type of environment. I'm like, yeah, we don't roll like that. When you just go out there, you want to make sure you got you we're going to go into all of that, something to store your things before you move out there, before you just start leaving trash all over the place. These people have a place of a house and all that, still leave a bunch of trash in front. It's a lot of places like that around. I'm like, man, yeah, people have to do things in decency and order. So, do you sell energy gummies? No, we sell many other type of gummies and things for energy. Just go on the site, KIIYsupplements.com. You're going to see everything we have on there. There you go. Then the rodents, exactly, those rodents will come and try to eat everything. So that's why we have to store ours in these big 50-gallon drums and containers. It's serious. These mice out here are serious. That's why I'm not a cat person, but she's a beautiful cat and a well-behaved cat. But when I seen that, I'm like, no, I have to get that cat. I'm like, no. Thank you so much. All praises to the Most High for the broadcast. Like I said, I was a little tired, but I still came on for the people. And my eye is still healing, but I'm like, you know, I had to make a sacrifice. I'm going to stay until 9:05, see if there's any questions. It's 9:02 CST. What do I recommend for strong teeth? We sell something called vitamin K2 plus D3. That's why I got both of them right here. My children and I, you know, yeah. I take them every night. It's very important. That's all I'm going to say. I can't say certain things on here and putting certain things out there, but that is a very important one. That's all I'm going to say. One of the most important in this world. K2. Consistently of it too. You absorb the calcium more with K2 even than D3. You need all three together. Sunlight, if you ain't getting enough sunlight as a black person, you definitely need to be taking that D3 plus K2 anyway, even if you're getting sunlight or not. So do your research. I tried to eat lamb and I didn't like it. Tastes like soap to me. What type of lamb you eating? They gave you some cheap lamb. You must have had one of them lambs with the tail or something. That big tail. That ain't the right lamb. Get the right one. I ain't never tasted no lamb taste like no soap. We stayed in Africa and they cooked that lamb. What? Woo! That's all I'm going to say. If your lamb tasting like soap, somebody lied to you that they dropped some dishwasher liquid in that thing. Nope. Do you use black seed oil and honey? Yes, I use a lot of herbs. We do. I've been doing this a long time. Just because I don't say something don't mean I don't know it. What's your website again, Elder? Key supplements. I'm going to put it one time because I'm tired. Keysupplements.com. What's your email? I'm a baptized brother who has a business that I pray you can help promote. Well, you want to go promote it at on the website, the church website. I just do this just to look out. This is really not the platform for it. I just do it to look out though. But Elder Rawchaa at gmail.com. But you want to go make sure you try to get on the G.O.C.C network. Really, that's the platform for it. Elder AHRAYA at gmail.com. Is either they taste like soap or somebody know how to cook that thing right. I'm sorry. And let me tell you, you get them lamb chops and that lamb steak. We got an HEB out here. The name, I forget what it stands for. Howard E. Butts. That's the name of his grocery store. But they have their own farms and things like that. And they sell a lot of things organic. And they got some good lamb steak and lamb chops there. Boy, we put that thing on the grill. You marinate it. You got to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing. Yeah, HEB, that's the name. The Butts family. But they are, let me tell you, they got some good stuff over there. That's like right under Whole Foods, a little bit less expensive than Whole Foods. They have some great stuff there. All right, that's my time. It's mostly comments here. I really pray you guys put the press the like button if you didn't. What do you think about grass-fed beef? What do you mean what I think about, sister? And I'm not trying to be sarcastic. That's the beef we're supposed to be eating. A lot of people say, you don't eat red meat. Let me tell you, that's the anemic people. You eating the wrong beef. You having health problems because you are not eating the right meat. You're eating the ones that's eating the genetically modified corn. Go eat the right beef, right fish, without steroids, the right salmon, the right thing. You're not going to have any problems. Red snapper, all that. Let me tell you, there you go. Eat you the right chicken with no hormones. It's okay. Don't overdo that. Don't overeat meat. Don't overeat vegetables without meat. Or proteins. Or learn how. A lot of you will be vegetarian and vegan and don't even know what an amino acid is. You have to put this amino acid with that amino acid to make a full protein. If you don't have full protein and you're just eating BCAAs all day, you're not getting complete protein. This is why you're suffering. Your blood sugar is going to go up. I know the whole process. You're done. I'm just telling you the truth. You can sound technical as much as you want and wise, but you will suffer. So let me tell you, this is facts. Many people have went to get their blood checked and they say you are lacking protein. So a lot of us is not getting enough protein. And then this person ate meat. They say your blood sugar is high. The doctor said because you are not getting enough protein. You can overeat kale and lettuce and listen to the people. There's protein in lettuce. There's protein in everything planted in the ground. And you went to the doctor and they still told you you don't have enough protein. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Go in the strength of the meat, he told him, so you can reach Mount Sinai. The angels was eating it. I don't know what else to tell you. You don't have to do it, but I'm saying if your health and your life depends on it, you may want to think about it or study or get with a mentor. Pay the money to get with a mentor who has been a vegan or vegetarian for enough years so you will not be malnutritioned. This is not a joke. This is people suffering who can possibly lose their life from not doing it. And especially women need more iron than men. Iron is that important. Just taking iron pills, no. Learn how to get it from what the Most High made. So you'll take an iron pill from a doctor, but you won't take something the Most High created that he called good. Think about that one. There's a lot of minerals and things in the earth, but you have to know how to eat. You have to know how to eat. There's certain things you cannot absorb iron without vitamin C. That's why we have not the sea moss. You got the beetroot. It has vitamin C already in beets, and there's iron in here. Natural things. You got to know. I take that every morning. Make my wife take it every morning too. What kind of protein should I take? Whatever type of protein you think is for you. If you want to ask me, I'm going to tell you go get you a nice steak. I'm going to tell you go get you some clean fish, some clean chicken. I'm going to tell you to come to my site and get you some good vegetarian protein. We got the other one too, but I personally like the vegan protein because I don't like gas. So I would tell you take that and be consistent so you can have enough iron. Our protein powder has also enough iron so people can make sure they have their energy and not be, why am I so tired? You don't have enough iron. Your minerals are lacking. You know? Anyway, I got to go. I'm trying to give y'all the game. You got to make it through these times. You got to make it through these times. Okay? How often should we eat beef? That's for different people, guys. Y'all overcomplicating this. You don't want to eat steak every day. You don't want to overeat fish or it's too much mercury. You want to have a well-balanced diet. That's why Elder Rawchaa comes on the show sometimes with these health things. Well-balanced diet. Understand what's good for you and your body. If a bodybuilder is bodybuilding like massively, a steak is really going to run right through them. But a person who eats a steak who doesn't work out at all, their digestion and their metabolism cannot metabolize it. But when you work out, if you don't eat enough protein, you pretty much spinning your wheels. You wasting your time. There's some people who eat a steak every day who work out, and they have no problem, and they're in the best shape in their life, best health, because they need that protein. When you work out, your body needs that protein to fuel your muscles. But if you don't do nothing and you eat like that, you might as well, no, you don't do that. That's where you need to lighten up a little bit. It's not about overeating meat. It's about a well-balanced diet of proteins, minerals, and vitamins. And your macronutrients, okay? I don't carry the collagen liquid supplement. Just go to the site and see what we have. But we do have collagen, organic collagen. Blessings. High cholesterol. Stop eating the bad oils. Only eat good fats. Your body already produces cholesterol. Eat healthy, good fats. You don't have to take something for that. Just eat healthy, good fats and they're going to produce the right cholesterol. You don't produce cholesterol, you die. Facts. Okay? So I don't want to turn it into a health segment right now. What do you think about eating according to your blood type? You want to keep the blood clean of any toxins, viruses, or parasites. So, but this is the thing you don't want to do. You don't want to get too technical and scientific, or you're going to be a smart, dumb person. It's just, Most High made it very simple. He gave you a list of what to eat that. When you start listening to Esau's so-called false science, you're going to be running 40 years in the wilderness, and he made it simple. Abraham prepared a certain type of dish for the angels. Just make sure you're not eating genetically modified and that it's well balanced. It's really that simple. And clean it. It's really that simple. And balance it. And exercise and drink clean water. It's very simple. Bless you all. But once you start getting with these smart, dumb people, and the reason I'm saying it like that, I got to be blunt. Because you got people telling you to do H3O and all of that. Let me tell you, smart, dumb people don't know what they're talking about. Go and look up what are the good, healthy fats for the body. Non-hydrogenated oils are the best fats. I just gave you the game. Peace and blessings. Love you all. Shalom. Bless you all and your family. Shalom to all of my elders, my deacons, my officers, your families, the children, and may the Most High bless us all, and may we soon see Zion. Peace and blessings.
The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book. And the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're